Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pro Crastinators podcast. I'm the best guy ever. Today we've got Tom Oliver.
The time has come, and so have I. I need to change my pants now.
Give and Take is here.
Hello.
Goodbye. There's Ben Saint.
Yeah. Woo, slime.
And Mage, Lethal of Aurora version.
Take a sip of tea and chillax.
Yes'm.
That sounds excellent. Hello, everyone. How has your week been going so far? Have you voted in the Minecraft poll from last week? If not, do so. Tell us what you think about these potential server ideas. We would love to know. They're on the Twitter, the PCP Twitter, and on the last episode.
I hope your current message is not going to be outdated by the time the episode comes out.
Current message? Like will we have made up a different plan or something?
Maybe we'll decide in the week, and then this episode comes out.
Hey, they can vote. It's not going to hurt anything to keep voting even after we've decided. But maybe we'll have a plan in place by the time that's done. So your vote may be in vain. We'll see. This is only
the
2 days
the peasants have a vote, but this is still a dictatorship at the end of the day.
Yes, that's
We give them a vote. We just don't do anything about it.
Yeah. Just like real life.
Yeah. Electoral college and whatnot. What's it? What do they call them? Those special voters, the super delegates. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one that killed my boy Bernie last time. We gotta end him.
What's going on in your life, Gib? How's things?
Well, there's a few things I've been doing. I've been watching MLP Season 8, trying to catch up to the end of the show, because that's out.
That too.
So far, the verdict on Season 8 is that I don't care about anything that happens with the characters I know and love. I only care about the new characters that I know and love. Because
all right, that's the opposite of what I was expecting you to say.
Because I mean, it's just so boring. Like, their arcs are over, and every time they have a friendship problem, it's like, this doesn't make any sense based on the years of you learning this over and over again. It's stupid. But
no, it's okay. Fluttershy is about baby steps. It's okay. She can learn the same lesson over.
God, I'm having more flashbacks. Don't go there.
It's not just Fluttershy. It's everyone. It's like, Applejack, why are you fucking stupid? Oh, it's just because of convenience for the episode. Whatever, fine. It's a shit show.
The real moral of My Little Pony is that your destiny's set in stone, and no matter how much personal improvement you make, you cannot change. You're doomed to ever be caught in your own problems.
Here's my the thing that happens in the beginning of Season 8 is that Twilight decides to open a school of friendship and invites this is after the movie Season 8, so like the hippogriffs, the griffins, the yaks, the dragons, they're all allied kingdoms now, and the changelings and all that, and they all have a student in and the students from all those respective kingdoms are cool. They have a lot of episodes together, and there's the crystal map sends them to far-flung places like Saddle Arabia. And it's like, all the new stuff, all the, like, Starlight Glimmer is now my favorite pony of the main 7.
What? She's the only rational one.
She's literally the only rational one, the one who, like, will say, that's a fucking stupid idea, everyone.
Well, that's good.
I just like her.
This spicy take is making me want to watch the show right now. Like, leave the podcast.
It is very
I mean, If somebody, maybe I could go through and cross off all the ones that are bad, because it's mostly filler.
If only someone could like review these episodes.
Oh
and,
man,
if only
someone did that.
They're good.
Oh, what a shame! What a shame that fandom's dead.
Yeah, well, I'm glad.
If only my boy Drowning in Horseshoes was still around to give me some guidance.
Yeah, he let us know.
Rest in peace. But yeah, Season 8. I haven't finished it yet. I'm near the end. It's fine. It's bad and it's good, and I like Starlight Glimmer and Trixie episodes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Trixie is a main character now.
Yeah, she's Starlight Glimmer's best friend. The two of them together are very good. Discord loves Dungeons and Dragons, and he's best friends, and he has guys' nights out with Spike and Big Mac.
Oh my god, dude, you're hard selling me right now.
There's lots of little things that are new and interesting, but anything that is like well-trodden ground, I'm like, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, makes sense.
You said season 8. There's 9 seasons, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I was getting
Right,
through
Yeah.
season 8 and 9 I haven't seen. And yeah.
Big Mac gets
All
a
right.
girlfriend. I'm not sure if it's in season
Oh yeah,
8.
Big Mac got a girlfriend I think in season 6.
What about Cheerilee, goddammit?
Not
Did we
her.
just dump that?
She's cucked for life. She's a
Like,
teacher.
Man.
I haven't seen Shirley in 2 or 3 seasons. Where is she?
She
she's dead.
doesn't exist anymore because in season 8 the school the main 6 run is the most important one.
Oh,
And
man.
even the CMC
Oh,
are like,
shit.
fuck, I hate Cheerilee's lessons. They're so fucking boring. I
Whoa!
want to go into this new school. And they have a whole
Damn.
episode about that.
Oh, this is Cheerilee erasure.
They put her out of business.
fucked
So what is she
Yeah.
gonna do? What is a teacher gonna do when her competition
Big magic
is
coming
like
in
the
and crushing the
Princess
mom
of
pot
Friendship?
institutions of education.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh,
The
also-
people need to rise up against these fucking monarchs.
Spike had a teenager episode and grew wings, and now he has wings.
Yes, I remember that. Shocking, but also good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a lot of things that I had seen like hearsay of, like the grotesque image of like the ponies, the fake main 6 melting and their faces like dropping, like falling to pieces, and like fuck you, Chrysalis, or whatever they said.
Direct
Uh,
quote.
Like that those things were in context. They're like, oh, that's not as ridiculous or stupid as I thought. Like Spike getting wings, I thought that's gonna be fucking stupid, but it was alright.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I always was sad that he didn't have wings. Thought, wow, what a sad, retarded little dragon. He'll never be one of the cool guys. But I guess he just needs to grow up.
Yona the yak is my favorite of the creatures. Oh, they say every creature now. That was the
Yeah.
thing.
Lol.
They can't say every pony. They have to say every creature in front of the creatures.
That's fucking weird.
I mean, it makes sense, but
It is-
geez.
it
All
is-
right,
it
you
is
know what
silly.
the worst part is that all these other people come in, they finally change their language, but our boy Spike had to endure it for 6 goddamn years
That's
of
so
being
true.
erased.
That's so true.
Well,
the
he Spike sort of thought of himself as a pony, to be quite frank.
Yeah,
Spike
because
has-
he's been brainwashed by
Yeah,
the suppressive
yeah,
culture.
Exactly.
This is fucking like cultural pony hegemony. this is fucking like all dragons are assumed to be ponies until proven otherwise.
Spike-
Everyone's assumed default. No minorities, please. Oh, it's okay, Spike. You're one of the good ones.
Yeah, Spike definitely has dragon guilt.
He does.
Lol.
This is fucked up. I don't like it.
Like, he must have said, like, every pony, referring to everyone,
did.
including
Yeah,
himself
He
many
definitely
times,
did.
right?
He does.
He definitely
Yeah.
did. That's
Oh my God.
straight
Yes.
up.
It just makes you wonder, like, what... So up till recently, look, the other kingdoms were nearby. Like, they weren't unknown. It was Ponyland or whatever so close, Equestria so closed off from these other countries?
Basically, yes.
They
There
didn't?
was I think in season whenever the map was introduced, they went to all these different
Yeah.
kingdoms, and up until that point, everyone was like closed off from one another. Equestria was the pony place. The yaks,
What changed?
the dragons.
Why did it open up?
Because of
I'm gonna
various friendship envoys to
was
like
it the
make
table?
friends with everyone.
Was it the magic table that sent the main 6 to go around the world and
Yeah,
solve everyone's
yeah.
friendship problems? Is
They
that
saw-
what
Did they
opened up
did
the
they ever
borders?
address what the
Pinkie
deal with
Pie
the
made
magic
friends
table
with the
was?
yaks. I remember
Yeah,
that.
It just
you know
seems
they
like
did
they
it with the
could've done
Yak
that
Kingdom. I remember the
beforehand.
Yak Kingdom and the Griffin Kingdom, and I assume there were probably others.
Why hadn't Celestia opened up these trade routes or these
Because
you know,
she's
connections
a
to
fucking
other?
stupid character, and every time she's on screen, I'm
Yeah.
like, you ruined everything.
Well, she was busy
Alright.
with managing the sun and the moon, I guess. I don't know.
I suppose.
Oh, it takes like a minute. It takes like a minute in the morning.
Do you think that
and a minute at
Celestia
night.
demands that the other kingdoms pay tribute for having soul power and control over the sun and moon?
I mean, that would be the wise thing to do. You gotta bring in
That's
those
what I would
tax
do.
dollars somehow.
Exactly.
Well,
Fuck
I
the
don't
yaks.
think.
Fuck
I
the
mean,
griffins.
you don't even have to charge them for it. You can just hold it hostage over their heads. It's like, I mean, no, I won't. I'll do this. Just like, if you don't do what I want, I won't do it anymore, and I'll plunge you into eternal night.
Is Pony World or whatever, do we know that that's a globe world, or could it be some sort of flat Earth where, just like in the flat Earth model, the orbs just sort of move around in like concentric circles or whatever, and then they,
I'm pretty sure we don't know that it's an orb world. It could definitely be a flatland.
You guys had your chance. You were in the same area with Lauren Faust, and you didn't ask the important questions. And
that would have been a good question.
That would have been a great, yeah, no, 100%. I wonder if maybe someone has asked the question and there is an answer and we just don't know it.
That's probably, I bet it's somewhere.
For the future reference, if anyone ever gets somewhere near Lauren Faust, the first question you ask is the Pony World around or flat?
Yeah.
That'd be helpful.
We need to know. We must know.
I really do.
Where are the ice walls, and where are they in Equestria? I need to go there.
The world is very much unexplored, I guess, in other directions. Was there any reference of Pony? Oh wait, they came from Ponyland originally, right? That was that's the lore in Hearthwarming Eve.
Wait,
and then they
no,
came
they
to
came
Equestria.
from
They came from some place that it was it was
or do
too
we
cold.
assume it's
Did it even
Ponyland?
have a name?
Nah.
I don't think a name was said. I think we assumed, and we don't actually
The
know.
ancient
I've
pony
never heard
places where the
Ponyland.
kings, where everyone was, and then they went and they left and they went to formed Equestria or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Twilight and Celestia and Luna did.
Shit. I have
Well,
catching
there you
up
go.
to do, I guess.
We've learned a lot, I guess.
The lore.
We've learned a
is
valuable
great.
lesson about friendship today.
Dear Twilight Sparkle, I learned
Nothing.
nothing.
Of learning a valuable lesson about friendship.
I learned I was racist against my dragon friend for 6 years.
It's pernicious, like not overt anti-dragon racism, just subtle anti-dragon erasure.
That reminds me of
happening.
this
It's
one
real.
episode that made me so sad for Spike.
Yeah.
So like
What's that?
Twilight
Everyone?
and what's her brother's name? Shining Armor.
Shining Armor.
They used to apparently have like this brother sister competition sort of thing, and like Shining Armor I think used to win, but Twilight would really try. And like Spike, poor baby Spike, he was a baby dragon. He really wanted to participate, but no one acknowledged him as part of the family even.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, he was a baby, I guess.
Yeah, but we see in the flashbacks like he like they got stores or something I think for like completing a task, and Spikey poor thing, he tried, he wanted a star too, but no one cared.
Spike is gonna grow up, become a full-size dragon, and fucking murder these people. He's gonna be completely justified.
In the episode, they do acknowledge that he's like, I think the competition was like he had the best sibling or something.
Best sibling.
Yeah. So in the episode, they finally, after like 6 years or however they lived for, they finally gave him his star or something. I don't remember.
God.
Yeah, finally
Well, that's
acknowledged
nice.
him as a sibling.
Terrible.
Okay, but speaking of learning a valuable lesson about friendship, are you guys following the adventures of Phantom Horn in New Los Angeles City,
Bang.
aka
I
Neo
am.
Milwaukee?
I love it.
This has been a fantastic journey because I have to know, and I have to assume, I'm going to give you the credit. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And saying that this was the plan all along. This was a slow burn fucking way of indoctrinating an entirely new group of people into your project via Chris Chan. Because
exactly right.
it's like
You're exactly right.
The scheme slowly started to reveal itself, and I was like, this is fucking devious as shit, and I'm all about it.
Yeah, I mean, I got the links in there. It's all good.
Yep.
No, this was the plan ever since Phantom and Keg recorded that very first podcast with the
Indeed.
still images on them. It was all leading to this. Okay. Well, like, because there's the part in Sonichu episode 12-9. I don't. Nobody knows why it's numbered that way, but in Sonichu episode 12-9, you meet Nightstar, Chris's pony Sona, and she says, because Chris has heterochromia, or thinks she does. The green eye and the blue eye.
Does Chris not actually have that?
It's
Is that
like
not...
so subtle that like it's not.
Okay,
It's
alright.
kind of bullshit. But it's part of her self-image, and Nightstar also has it, but she explains that during a science experiment, she got some slime in her eye, and it turned one of her eyes green. And suddenly,
that's absolutely canon, right? That's 100% canon.
That's in the comic. She says it.
Oh
yeah.
my God. The exact word slime is used.
Yeah. She got slime in her eye during a science experiment. So I was like, so I drew her getting slime in her eye. Haha, turns her eye green, and then she sees New Los Angeles City. And then I drew a couple more stuff. Drew her sending Phantom and Strawberry Milk to New Los Angeles City, and then Chris at some point later acknowledged it. Like retweeted it. Said she wanted to use the pictures of Nightstar as. Chris is using those pictures of Nightstar, going, I get it. You're lying. She's using those as reaction images on Twitter at people.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
okay.
She's doing it. Like when someone says something she doesn't agree with. So I'm like, well, I gotta continue the story now. So I've drawn like 70 or 80 panels of it now.
Yeah, I just checked out the thread yesterday fully. But so not only did when Chris retweeted, it said not only is this canon, it's actually canon to real life because of the dimensional merge. This is this has been decreed, as I understand it.
Yeah, I mean. It's yes, but with the caveat that literally everything is canon to real life, because Chris believes that basically all fiction occurs in this other dimension called C197, but it occurs
it's all in one dimension, not even in different dimensions.
Well, there are other dimensions, but the world where cartoons live is C197, and it is our dimension is dimension 1218 that is merging with C197. So this is why all cartoons are going to become
real. Does anime live in the same world as cartoons, or does it have a separate
I would
anime
assume,
dimension?
Yeah, I think it all happens in C197.
Well, you have a direct line to Chris now. You can just ask these questions and get
That's true.
Answers.
Yeah,
That's
true. She followed me, and she's okay. Yeah, she's retweeting. Okay, she was retweeting the bits and pieces of the comic, and she was making comments about it. She made a fucking huge 40 tweet long essay about the comic, talking about why Nightstar did all this. I talked to her a little bit, and we discussed why did Nightstar send them to New Los Angeles City, and I said, oh well, it's so they could learn a valuable lesson about. She contacts me, and she's like, this is the story, right? I want to tell this in the show. She contacts me, and she's like, okay, so cool, love the comic, Ben, big fan of your work. Definitely gonna tell everyone to patron you at patreon.com/bensaint.
Nice.
But Nightstar would never be so cruel as to banish them to New Los Angeles. You'd never throw them through the portal, but it's okay.
Oh boy, here comes the editorial comments from the peanut gallery.
But it's okay. We can, we can explain it as, a nightmare that they had. And I'm like, all right, Chris, that's fine. But consider this. She actually did them a favor because she sent them through the portal to learn a valuable lesson about friendship. And she's like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. Yep. No, you're right. You're right.
That is what literally happened in real life.
She said, listen, this is true. This is true. I'm going to scroll back. I want to quote her directly.
All right.
She says, oh, well, she was thrilled to meet the creator of Phantom Horn.
Did she know Phantom Horn?
Yes,
specifically?
she did. I think
she knows Phantom Horn and Give and Take from TF2 Analysis Anarchy.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
Here we go. Quote. And keep in your mind, heart. Wait, hold on. Keep your mind, heart, and mind's eye open. You will personally meet Phantom Horn and everyone else very soon in good tidings and combined working efforts against our foes. I sense the magic in you. You shall do well for yourself, Ben.
Is that a private message?
This is a private message she sent to me. So Chris Chan can sense the magic in me.
You have possibly the first extreme first party direct line of contact with Chris for your part 2 of the Chris Chan lecture.
I know.
Nothing has to be
Special
left
guest,
up to
Chris
speculation anymore. You've
I can
bridged
get
the
her
gap.
on the phone during the lecture.
Yeah.
You know, I've been wondering, cause you're a Chris Chan guru,
a Christorian is the term.
Christorian.
Yeah, a Christorian. Yeah.
How much like saying like, oh, the dimensional merge is real life and stuff, but then also coming to you, the artist of a comic, and explaining like how what you wrote is like not true, but then when you have told her how it could be true, she has made it real. But like
fiction is
like,
real.
here's
right?
how much of it is actually like she's just being like a performer, sort of like creating this fake, this idea of the dimensional mode. Like, how much of it is actually real?
Here's what I think. I think that to Chris, an artist, someone who's creating a story, is basically like a prophet, in that they are basically receiving visions from another world. They're glimpsing into another world and seeing what is transpiring there. So like,
quick question on that front.
So I mean, you can debate the legitimacy of prophecy, right? So it's not that like everything that everyone writes is necessarily true. They can be wrong, and Chris can debate and say, oh no, that can't be what actually happened. Right.
If I were to come up with an OC right now on the spot that did not exist before, does that make that creation real by doing such?
Yes.
Or was it already real? I'm merely tapping into this.
Yeah. It was already real. You're just like realizing them.
Communing with
gotcha.
things beyond us.
It's not even like this is a stupid idea. Like not that it's literally real, but the idea that like everything fictional exists, it's just like you have to tap into, like when you have a great idea, it's like your brain is like linked to this real character.
I mean, this isn't like a far out concept.
Yeah, it's like a cool
I know people who function
connecting thing
with this mentality. Well, not like taking it seriously, but just for the sake of.
What I'm curious about is how much of it is taken seriously, and I guess you can never know truly.
It's a good question.
What was the name for that? Like, there was the Otherkin, and then there was like a faction of Otherkin who believed that they were fictional characters, and the idea was that
Fictionkin.
I
what,
think.
is that right? Okay,
well,
right.
And the idea there was the same. It's that, like, in an infinite multiverse, all possibilities are true. Therefore, every fictional idea you could possibly have must have occurred in some alternate reality, just by like matter of probability. Therefore, every fictional character you know of does exist in some other timeline, and therefore it is possible for me to be the reincarnation of Tai from Digimon.
Right, even granting all that is true, to then go on and say the dimensional merge is happening with the cartoon world, and we will soon meet Sonichu and Mario, and we will be best friends.
Yeah,
that's another step forward.
That is a
calculus.
That's kind of a new. That's a relatively new.
It's a bold new idea. Yeah.
Some guys called the Idea Guys, I think, put that idea into her head. I mean, I think she probably wanted to. The Idea Guys are a big thing. Like, this is something I need to research more, because understanding modern Chris, you cannot understand it without the idea. And the Idea Guys are shrouded in mystery because they are literally criminals who fucking like embezzled and stole money from her. Like, they're not cool at all. It's some of the stuff that they made her think is funny, but they are bad guys who I hate.
Ben, you've long claimed to be an idea guy yourself, as I recall.
I'm an ideas man, not the idea guy.
Right.
Not even the same.
I understand.
I'm an ephebophile, not a pedophile.
I think we're ignoring, though, a very important question. Important question. Nate, I recall a few scant years ago, you sat in the very seat I'm sitting right now, and turned down the opportunity to be in TF2 Analysis Anarchy. How does it feel to know that decision closed the door on Chris Chan recognizing you?
Chris will never know Keg Standard.
Well, Tom, how upset can I be, being that I am merely a vessel through which we perceive the events of the fictional universe that would happen regardless of our interference?
Because
thus,
we're just lonely mortals at the end of the day.
It was only the illusion of choice, Tom. It was only ever the illusion of choice. If that's what you need to tell
yourself to let you sleep at night, Nate, that's fine. But we all know.
That's exactly what I will do tonight.
In like Chris's first DMs, she says she says oh, it's great to meet the creator of Phantom Horn. I love Phantom Horn. He's a pretty unicorn. He's a great great unicorn. He's an inspiration.
True.
I think the
Yeah.
implication is that he's like a trans inspiration. Although I didn't.
Oh, no.
I wish I'd
Okay,
asked
all right.
more about that, but I didn't press her on it. But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But she says like, she's like, loved you in you know what? I'll just fucking find it. She said something about like the lore. There's like lore about Phantom Horn in Analysis Anarchy that I didn't even know.
Really?
Something shenanigans. She says memes can be funny with a laughing emoji, so that's great.
Agreed. Hard agreed.
We all have some common ground there. That's great.
Oh, here we go. I am a fan of blah 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 blah. Dr. Wolf does awesome work. Ugh. And getting into Analysts Anarchy during BronyCon in 18 and after, I got to know and appreciate everyone else in that group as well. Shame Phantom Horn was outside of the respawn generator range, just working his oats and asserting his magical identity. And I looked on everyone else's channels. So I guess the idea is that Phantom was killed in Team Fortress 2. Analysis Anarchy because he died, but he was outside the range of the respawn generator, or something.
Who came up with that? Did Chris come up with that?
I don't know.
That was not addressed in the official videos, or at least
unless they mentioned it later. And
somebody
why
needs
would
to
they
get
mention
in
it
contact
later?
with Dr.
They
Wolf. We gotta
may
nail down
have.
the details.
I wonder if people asked them like, hey, what happened to that guy who was in the first episode and never came back? And someone had to be like, oh, well, when he died, he was outside the respawn generator.
I know for a fact that they have done that with my character when I was replaced.
Really?
That same sort of thing.
They explained what happened to me.
Was it the same explanation?
What happened to Gib?
No. The thing with mine was like when I left, I said, "Tell them I left to become a pirate" because I was doing the pony cast.
Oh, that's right.
I was trying to make it all canon, all slot together neatly. So I think they just
that's
reiterated
cute,
that I became a pirate.
Okay. That's no. Well, Phantom Horn is canonically dead. In the everyone else died. He's the no. They fucking Zuckerberged him. He got fucking Zuckerberged. Do you guys know this terminology?
No,
I don't.
This is what in Slime City you can perma kill somebody by Zuckerberging them, and you just have to make really sure that their body and slime don't get into the sewers and they don't come back.
Okay, so you like bury them in filthy dirt.
That's
as
what
opposed to
Slime Corp did to Mark Zuckerberg when they legally acquired Facebook and all social media.
You know, I criticized them, but it was probably the right move.
Yeah, I think so. The amounts of capital generated really justify any eggs that needed to be broken.
They speak for themselves.
Oh, so that's I've been fucking drawing this Phantom Horn and Strawberry Milk in New Los Angeles City comic. It's fucking great. I'm cranking it out. I'm very, very excited. Been very prolific. Check it out on Twitter. I'm cataloging it all in a big Imgur thread.
That's pretty cool. My concern over the manipulation of Chris is at a low to medium, so that's not a big
Low
deal.
to medium. What am I doing? Oh, come on.
I don't know. I'm
telling funny. I'm having a goof. I'm writing a comic. I'm telling a story.
Yeah, literally the only thing that could be conceived of as bad is that you're shilling, and that's not even that bad because Endless War is not like a paid thing. You just jump in a Discord.
Yeah. I just want to fucking get the word out there. And also, it would be really cool if Chris were to draw Phantom Horn, or even better, New Los Angeles City in the comic, which I don't think is outside the realm of possibility because
sure.
Okay. So Chris, this is my final note on the subject if we want to move on, but Chris was a little Chris did not disavow. She didn't be like, okay, this is a troll, never mind, right? It wasn't like that. She was still defending it, even after the 9/11, right? 9/11, but she was clearly a little uncomfortable with the 9/11 thing. But she didn't say, like, this is not... She literally said in her response, like, this is what Ben said. She added me on Twitter. She's like, this is what Ben saw happening in the time. Like, this is what he saw in C197. Like, this is canon. You know, and remember, this isn't New York. This isn't a real 9/11. This is fake 9/11. Noah is in the buildings. It's all fine. It's fine, guys. It's fine.
Yeah. Like she went out of her way to establish that it's fine because no one was in the buildings, but this event did happen.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Fucking Paradox Crocs and Sweet Mouse did these incredible spiral pirouettes off the. I got a huge laugh out of that moment. I did not know where that was going when I saw that they performed yet. This might be the best 9/11 yet. That was
record-breaking
tremendous.
9/11.
That was a tremendous laugh.
Ben, I got a note. Are you gonna? Are you gonna explain how the reviving system works so that minds can be set at ease?
Ooh, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Oh,
Not gonna spoil anything. Okay. But what I wanted to say about that was fuck. Oh no. Where was I going with that? Oh no.
You were just describing the comic. You were talking about how Chris was talking about the 9/11 and saying that was canon still, but that she was.
It was canon, but she was a little uncomfortable with it. But
can't imagine why.
But oh no.
She said it was canon anyway.
Yeah, but I was going somewhere. Okay, you know what? If you want to move on...
take a minute. I have a question or two about this.
Yeah, sure.
Because one of the things that I had... me and Michelle were looking over the comic. Here, think about it while I ask. We'll have a minute. I was curious, because it seems like the friendly folks over at Kiwi Farms seems to have taken an interest in the comic and the Chris involvement here. I'm just wondering, is that what's going on with that? Anything of note happening there?
Oh wait, I remember. I remember what I was gonna say, and that is that Chris said in one of her tweets that, "Don't worry, guys, Phantom and Strawberry are protected by fate because they still have big things ahead of them."
Oh.
Back in their home, which makes me think that she might incorporate them. And I don't know this for sure, but I want to believe that they might make a canonical appearance, and this is the most exciting thing.
Phantom and
well, I mean,
Peg at
and when I
least.
say canonical, technically this is already canon because Chris has canonized it. But I mean, Chris might, if Chris could actually draw them or draw, that would be, I'd be so fucking happy. Okay,
Phantom and Keg I know live in Ponyville. Does maybe Strawberry Milk does as well? Do Chris's ponies live in Ponyville as well?
Who?
Or were they there?
Who?
Like, Nightstar and whoever.
Yeah,
else?
Nightstar lives in Ponyville, I think.
Okay, so they're from the same town. Okay, cool.
Yeah, they must be. I'm almost positive that Nightstar. I mean, Nightstar is kind of a dimension hopping jet setter, fucking Rick type. She's a Rick type. She just goes all over the fucking place. But I'm pretty sure she lives in Ponyville. Yes.
Okay, so my question was,
about
noticed.
Oh
yeah, go on. Yeah,
okay.
That's all I was saying.
Yeah, Kiwi Farms was Kiwi Farms just noticing some of it because because Chris was retweeting it, which is pretty. It's kind of funny. I gotta say, I mean,
They do some fine work over at Kiwi Farms. Let me tell you.
They kind of do. I kind of appreciate that. They document all of it, and I can appreciate having a healthy interest in all that. But I gotta say, the caliber of discussion on Kiwi Farms is poor. The guys on there are they're making literally decade-old observations and acting like it's still funny, guys. They are behind the fucking curve on this Chris subject. They really are.
Well, not everybody's an expert like you, Ben. Maybe they're just getting up to speed.
Maybe it's kind of funny sometimes. Or largely, I'm not impressed with what they're doing over there. I mean, whatever. Keep on keeping on, guys. But try to do better. I don't know. They're they're really. Remember that time Chris hit that guy with her car. And they all stalwartly stick to using he/him, which really annoys me. But whatever. I'm sure I'm not going to convince anyone over there to do anything about that. So
unlikely.
I don't know. Do better, guys. Do better, Kiwi Farms. I believe in you.
Okay. Well,
anyway, that's what I have to say about that. But they were talking a bit. No, it's fine. They were talking a little. I checked the Chris thread, and we're talking a little bit about. Okay, Chris keeps misnaming it New Milwaukee.
Yeah, I saw
Even
that.
though over and over again I say Neo Milwaukee, but
and I saw other people being like, I don't know what the fuck this New Milwaukee is. I was like, no, you have to say the full name. It's Neo Milwaukee, aka.
No.
Yes, I know, but that's not what it's called. That's not what it's called. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
New York. That's how it should.
I'm a
New
little
Los Angeles City, aka Neo Milwaukee. God damn it, get it right. Put some respect on the name, Chris. Come on.
I'm a little concerned. I mean, it's too early. I'm a little concerned that maybe Chris might have been put off by the 9/11 thing, because it's been a whole day and she hasn't liked any of my tweets or retweeted anything I said, and I'm freaking out over here, guys. It's been a solid 24 hours.
That's what happens when you fly too close to the sun. You're nervous at all times
drawing,
about
dude.
that
Get
melting
drawing.
wax.
Yeah, you got to put some more content out.
I guess I gotta put some more content out, and I will.
Gotta
I
reel
have.
them back
I
in.
was. I've told a couple of people. I have the entire arc of. Basically, this is like chapter 1. I have basically the entire chapter, rest of the chapter plotted out. I know exactly what's going to happen. It might even be done by the time this episode comes out, but not necessarily, because we're probably more than halfway through it, or close to it anyway. But
Sick.
I'm really fucking on this hype train. It's very exciting to me.
It is very interesting.
Having a lot of fun with it.
I don't mean to say this in a critical way, but like it strikes me that I think you'll have very little problem continuing to have Chris's attention because of it. Really does strike me that like anybody who made not obviously I like your art a lot, but like anybody who made like favorable artwork of Chris's OCs, he's going to love. I mean, I love it when people make like art centered around the things I do.
Yeah,
you know? So
you're right. Yeah,
that's a
you're
positive
right.
Prospect.
You know what I think it might be? Maybe it's not that, like, she was upset about the 9/11 thing. Maybe it's just that, like, Nightstar herself has not been in any panels in a while.
That is definitely going to be an issue.
Nightstar is more of a background presence right now. It'll be at the very end, we'll see Nightstar again. Because for anyone that's not aware, the framing that I have set up for this is that this is basically, it's like, Phantom Horn is the Twilight Sparkle to Nightstar's Celestia, and that Nightstar has tasked him with writing her letters, like telling him about the friendship lessons that he learns along the way, and his adventures in New Los Angeles City.
Ben, here's a quick screenwriting lesson here. All right, whenever you've got two characters, at some point in the discussion, Nightstar should be mentioned at least once. Okay, whenever Nightstar is in the room, the subject of the matter should be about Nightstar, and whenever Nightstar is not present, everyone should be asking, "Where's Nightstar?" Yeah, this is the route to success.
Okay, unironically, I should find any excuse to depict Nightstar. Like whenever anyone talks about her, I should like put a little like face of her in
Ben,
the
have her
corner or
dimension
something.
hop in. She can do this shit. Have her pull a Chris and pop into the narrative and lecture at length about whatever. I don't know.
She can pop out of the dimensional rift just like Chris would pop out of the time void.
Exactly.
To punch that guy in 4-cent garbage towers. For instance.
You gotta have Phantom
legendary
like
moment.
try and have like a fake friendship lesson, try and get back to Ponyville quickly. It's just a dimension hop in, give him a lecture, and like I can tell that you're faking, and then pop back out, and that'll get Chris's attention again. You gotta
it
play
will.
your cards.
We all
Yeah,
know.
just having Nightstar in the panel is like that's what it's gonna take.
Yeah.
Because
we all know narratively, the way you're writing it is better and good to have these guys go do things. Nightstar is like the omniscient god who's organizing all this stuff to happen. The Rick, exactly as you said, doing things and off doing much more important things, and really shouldn't waste your time on this. But you have to pay that cost. You have to pay the piper to keep Chris's ear.
I mean, my purpose here is twofold, right? There's the tie-in with Chris and Sonichu and that canon, right? So that's the Nightstar angle, but also I want this to be a showcase of New Los Angeles City and RFCK. So like,
of course,
this is so like right now I'm focusing on the RFC. Everyone's singing the national anthem.
You should have Nightstar in, like doing a tour, being like, "Wow, look at all these wondrous sights and sounds of Neo Milwaukee."
Well, did you see the part with Discord?
Yes, I
yeah, where Discord's like, I think it's a lovely little town. You know?
Okay, that's true.
It's pure chaos. I'm thinking of getting a summer home there. And great Discord impression. Okay, one more thing about the Kiwi Farms, right? Okay. This is the level of Kiwi Farms discussion. Like, they'll literally just make posts like, they'll literally just post something to be like, boy, Chris sure is stupid. Like, boy, Chris sure is delusional. Like, Chris, boy, he sure is delusional. What a and it's like, great observation. Like, I'm really impressed that you were able to make this trenchant point about like the nature of Chris and his and what's going on with that. Like, okay, fuck off, right? Like, yeah. We can move past this. We can move past. I have moved past this to more fruitful ground. All right. I'm doing something with my life. Right. I'm actually doing something about it. Right. Okay.
This is what separates the casual trolls from the true Christorians, is being able to move past the surface and dig deep.
Like, I get it. It's wacky. It's funny. All right. We can all see that. We can agree that that's true, and then move on to like, okay, what now? What's next after we've all acknowledged this? You guys are acting straight
like level 5 crooks when you need to be acting like level 100 bosses. This is the goal. This is your main issue.
Exactly right. Couldn't have said it better myself. Well,
there's
the
scoop,
that.
I guess. There's the story.
Not to monopolize the conversation or anything, but the Kickstarter, the Vapors 2 Kickstarter, is going like gangbusters. It's over 6,000. at 666, we're doing communism. Everybody gets $1. Everyone who, and then I'm thinking that the next stretch goal, and I don't know when this is going to be. It'll probably be a couple thousand beyond, maybe 8 or 9 or 10. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The next stretch goal will be, my Saint Heart logo, the little Saint Heart in the circle. I'm just going to make that a pin, but I'm just going to give it to everyone for free. Like, if we hit whatever the next goal is, I think, like...
Oh, that reminds me.
New pin, and everyone gets
that.
one. And that's just going to be a backer reward for everyone who backed the Kickstarter. Is just a new pin, and everyone gets it, and that's going to be
Ben,
because I've been thinking about making that pin anyway, but I didn't have any where the fuck would I sell it? Under what? This is it. This is the time. So that's what I'm going to do after.
I saw
the
a comment on our latest PCP episode. Someone said like it's illegal to send money through the mail because remember the plan you had with sending.
I don't give a shit.
I
don't care.
I
don't care about that.
I read that. I can't possibly believe that's the case.
I think it is like frowned upon, if not outright illegal. But who cares?
Nobody, I'm sure nobody sends like
people used to
send
money like for family for happy birthday. Here's $20.
Maybe they do gift cards.
Mage, sending money in the mail is like making money off a Minecraft server. It might be looked down upon, but nobody cares.
You're not supposed to do it, but you're gonna do it anyway.
I did look at the terms of service because I was worried about this as like a Kickstarter terms of service thing.
Sure.
Did I talk about this last episode? I hope I'm not repeating myself.
No, I don't think so.
Well, okay, I'll tell. Okay.
I'm interested.
Okay? I thought maybe it might be against Kickstarter terms of service, but it's not. The things that are prohibited, you're not allowed to build a Kickstarter in such a way that like backers will like profit, right?
Sure.
You're not like specifically backers. You're not allowed to do a Kickstarter where backing the project gives you like future equity in a business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what and you're not allowed to structure so that backers make a profit. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm basically just giving a $1 refund, and it's only to people who actually get a physical thing. Right. So you had to spend $15 or more. So that's not what this is. It's just a $1 discount in the form of a physical dollar bill. You might see it as. So I'm pretty sure. So there's nothing in the terms of service that says that this is not okay. You would have to interpret it pretty. You would have to do some pretty active reinterpretation to get there if you wanted to fucking ban me and cancel me off this project.
Maybe it's worth reaching out to them just to make sure, but I mean, it sounds fine to me. I don't fucking know.
All right, Ben, here's the important question. This is like everything we've been talking about so far is leading up to this. Vapors 3 Kickstarter. Chris Chan Vaporette, make it happen, yes or yes?
Dude.
Now, can Chris really be expected to generate something of this nature with someone else's script?
I feel like...
I'm skeptical.
I mean, Chris did do that one crossover page. She was doing the crossover with, like, Planet Dolan. But that, like, she did, like, one page and then it fell apart. So, I feel like it would be an uphill battle to get that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You got like at least a year to figure it all out.
I think I just got another backer.
Yeah.
Did I?
Nice.
Yes, I fucking did. Who is it? Okay, it's a real name. I'm not gonna say the real name. Their name's Chris, but it's not that Chris.
Oh man.
Thank you. Excellent. Dab. Okay.
I'm very much looking forward to my rewards.
What was it? Oh yeah, Planet Dolan. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna try. Like, I'm really excited that like Chris wants to talk to me, even if it's just because she thinks that I'm her. That me and she messaged you too, Hippo, right? Hippo?
Oh, Hippo's. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Like, even if it's just because she thinks we're her in with the Analysis Anarchy crowd, I don't care. I'm excited to have this relationship. I want to nurture it, right? I want to water it like the truffula tree, like the truffula tree in Needville. Let it grow. And so I don't know. Yes, crossovers with Chris Chan definitely happening. Dab.
I'm looking
that's
forward
what's up.
to it.
That's what's up. Okay,
Sounds
I've
like
talked
a
for long
fruitful
enough about my
enterprise.
shit.
Well, that's cool stuff. Hey, I've got an update to an ongoing
Kickstarter.com/project/Ben/Vapors2, no spaces, no underscores. Type it in your URL bar right now. Link in the description. All pledges go to charity, and that charity is me.
There you go. All right. Be Me Nate, best person on planet.
Yep.
I'm at the movies yesterday. Me and Michelle, we went to see It Part 2. Pretty decent, not terrible. It was okay. So we're watching it. As we're watching, having a good time in the nice comfy chairs they got, I hear some loud voices like talking in the theater. I've had very few experiences with people like being loud in the theater before, but in this case, it was happening. It was like a seat like directly behind us. And it was like a few people, it was a few women making noise. And I was like, oh, man, what are these? I'm not going to turn around and look at them. It wasn't enough to be particularly distracting, but it was a horror movie. And I heard him saying things like, oh, Lord, don't go in there. I wouldn't go in there. You're going to die. And things of this nature. And I had a flashback. I had a flashback to a few PCP episodes ago where one Jesse, the man, Endless Jess, was saying, black people be yelling at the screens. It's not racist. You know it's true. And I had a brain blast. I thought to myself, could it be true? Could this possibly be the experience that Jesse had described previously on this very podcast?
Wait, were they of the black persuasion?
I had no idea. I was just sitting there in my
What do you
theater
mean you
watching
had no
the movie.
idea?
I didn't turn around. I didn't turn around and look. 'Cause I didn't want to be, I don't know, weird.
I thought you were gonna bring up Jesse saying when he punched somebody in the face in the movie theaters. I thought you were gonna fucking deck
Some
them.
people were making
I thought you were gonna
noise
earn
throughout
your
the whole
name for
movie.
a change. Best guy ever.
These people were making a bunch of noise. It was a bunch of women all together. The end of the movie, I finally triumphantly turn around, and indeed, it do be like that sometimes. Black people do be yelling at the screen,
dear.
and I just want to let everybody know.
You've just set
it's
our
canon.
culture back decades, Nate. It's true. It might have been the case, but you shouldn't say it.
Look, emphasis on it do be like that sometimes, of course.
Yes.
We can't make any generalizations here.
Cool.
But I grew up a little bit that day. What a fascinating experience. Jesse, I stand with you, brother.
But that's it. That's nothing.
That's my
nothing
whole
happened?
story. That's my whole
Okay.
story.
Well,
An amusing
all right.
anecdote from the life of one Nate Bestman.
Preconceptions confirmed.
no, established for the very first time.
Yes.
I was like a virgin, untainted, but now I know.
Sad. All right. Well,
What else is going on? Mage, Tom, what's new in your life?
All I've been doing for the past week and 3 days is the stupid Minecraft server. I wake up at like
How
6
dare you
a.m.
call it stupid? It's a great Minecraft server. And it's
Stupidly
going to be a
brilliant.
wonderful time.
okay. Yeah, I can tell you've been working. These screenshots you post, I'm amazed. I'm amazed by what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you will see it
Screenshots.
one day
It's
soon,
so cool,
viewers,
and I'm
you will be blown away.
I'm
really,
glad.
really excited.
This is
about
like
it.
the thing is like I haven't even just been building because there's like I've never really hosted a server before. I didn't even know much about Minecraft hosting servers before I took on this thing. I thought it would be a bit faster or a bit easier. And like don't get me wrong, now that I know these things that I know, it is quite not as difficult. But when I just like jumped into this and I was just like and I don't know how to swim, I'm just like, oh my god, I'm drowning in this. But
Me and Mage have been, she's been doing all the heavy lifting. I've been her test dummy on occasion.
Yes.
Obviously, she's worked 10 times as much as me, probably more so. And, but when you see what she's done, I built myself a little house out to the south of Spawn Point. So I'm going to build a road out to it. So when it's finally established, come pay me a visit at my wonderful little house I've got.
I said in the comments of the last episode that we would never abandon Boufalantopia.
Oh my god. Why would you lie to people like that?
But okay, well, you know, we will build a new and better Boufalantopia.
Boufalantopoulos.
I like Boufalantopia.
Okay, that's
like
pretty
with
good,
the
too.
number 2 in there. We'll vote. We'll vote on
You know
it.
the very.
We'll vote on it, and then I will fucking seize the means and ignore the results of the
You know,
election.
one of the first things I did when I got into the new server
Yeah.
for testing, I caught a Bouffalant. I'm riding my Bouffalant around.
Very
Yep.
good. Very
Keep it
good.
going.
Okay. All right. We can make it work.
And just for those who are crying about Boufalantopia, it's going to be obliterated in 8
Me.
months, no matter
Well, less
what
than
we
8
do.
months by now.
So
That's
less
right.
than 8 months now.
That server is
It's a
like
ticking
closing
time
for good,
bomb.
right?
yeah,
Why?
so like
Why would we live
So
there?
I guess better to get out sooner.
yeah, so
rather
part
than
of the
later, I guess.
reason, like a very small part of the reason why we are making the server is just because like I didn't particularly want to work on the Boufalantopia server, like not the server, the town, just because like I know it's coming. I know the demolition is coming. It's like so why
yeah,
why
it's a black cloud over our heads.
yeah,
It's a real bummer.
I was gonna make like the coolest house and like but why am I doing this? By the time I'm done,
Indeed.
it's just gonna be erased.
So Mage did indeed seize the means of production from the Authority and has established her own kingdom now, and it is a glorious one.
But yeah, one day I spent one entire day just trying to like program NPC like shopkeepers into the game that could sell the vanilla blocks and buy the vanilla Minecraft blocks, and like it almost nuked the whole server. That's how bad it went. Thankfully, I was graced by the presence of one kind stranger because I'm in the server for the Pixelmon. Sometimes I ask for help and don't always receive the help, but this one person was like, hey, I wouldn't mind, looking at the logs. I have a minute.
Oh, that's nice of him.
And that minute turned into several hours, and he didn't know why my server was breaking down, and that was so much trouble. I had to completely. Thankfully, I made backups of the server before messing with it. So, I made the backup, I started messing with it, and it kept going to shit. Like, every time I restarted the server, just more and more errors popped up. I was like, what is this? This is spreading, this curse. And, I had to completely reset the server to the previous state I had saved, thankfully. I didn't do anything other than, trying to mess with the NPC. It's just like, how difficult can it be to just program a stupid NPC to stand there and sell blocks to you and buy blocks from you? It's just,
I know what you mean, fam.
and I told the guys, I'm gonna scream if the error is literally just one misplaced comma or something. Okay, and I was wrong. It was 3 misplaced commas.
Oh,
And it was slightly more than that, but very slightly, just a few syntax errors, something like that, 3 commas, then 1 apostrophe or something like that. I don't
Syntax
remember
errors
exactly.
are the worst because
They are.
You're just like, how am I so dumb? Why is this not working? And it's just like, oh, I hit the wrong key. Of course.
I was so tired. My vision was blurry. I was scrolling through hundreds of lines of code trying to find the 1 misplaced comma.
Damn.
It was awful.
I'd like to take a look at this sometime, just for fun, if it's available sometime.
Listen to
As
all
a
this pain that
programmable-
Mage has gone through, and you're gonna sit there and not give us money on whatever we end up deciding to use to
Yeah,
fund
fuck
this.
you, buddy.
Are we allowed to talk about what I'm seeing in these screenshots
Do you wanna
that you're
keep it
making, or
secret?
would
Yeah,
you
by the
rather
time
it
the
be,
episode's up,
would-
we're probably gonna have a video posted showing off the server. So go ahead.
Okay, there's a big old battle arena.
Yeah.
There's the saloon. There's an endless war made out of slime.
And the
I want-
arena, there's
okay,
the Royal
okay, I
Rumble
want-
arena of PCP.
Okay, I don't know if this
fame.
is a mod thing or if they have this in vanilla. There are light blocks, right, that are illuminated. I want to go in. I want to make his eye out of light blocks. So
I
it
could,
glows.
but
That's what
the
I
light
want.
blocks are yellow. I
That's
can
fine.
make
Worthy
them
trade-off,
as
perhaps.
light as they can. What's the eye color of the pupil, the very center?
I think it's black.
It's kind of open to it. The pupil's black, but it's open to interpretation, really. Just as long as it looks like an eye.
Okay, I'll do that. You won't be able to mess with stuff at the spawn, so all these buildings you won't be able
Actually,
to break blocks or anything.
Actually, no. The eye is green. The eye is green
Okay.
too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did make
But,
it
whatever.
actually it is kind of like green glass that has black borders around it. It's a fancy new block, so I nailed it both on those fronts.
I might fuck with it. I might go in and just fuck
You
around
can't.
with it.
You
'cause
won't be able to.
I don't know, but
No,
I can't.
You
Or I
can't.
can.
You won't be able to.
No one can get it except me and Mage until they get whitelisted.
Well, but after
Oh,
that, you won't other than me, no one will have any sort of extra privileges. Not even if you're. A
Oh,
PCP.
that's true. That's true.
You can...
Everyone's
What a-
equal, Ben. Everyone's equal.
Except for Mage.
I am
Except
God.
for Mage.
I have
You
privileges.
can't. You couldn't. If I wanted to make some minor cosmetic
Just-
modifications, you couldn't just give me some temporary
No,
mod
I
powers
can't.
or something.
There's only
What?
2 roles: the admin role and the default role. And making a new role is too much trouble. Honestly, I don't want to bother.
I can't.
I'll let let
Okay.
me know what you want changed, and I'll do it. I don't mind.
I mean, that's fine.
Once
I feel
spawn
like
is done,
you've made it a lot of work for
these should be like the whole start of the spawn point area with all our buildings that we've got. Basically, this should be like a thing where we modify it at the very beginning. We can probably give Mage notes if things need to change. Actually, she and I changed a couple of little things here and there. But like once that's done, like this is done forever, and then just the rest of the world can be modified at our pleasure.
Yeah,
With the spawn,
I
we'll
actually
just,
spent
remain the
a
spawn.
bit of today outlining the spawn area, so to speak. So,
good, good.
if you open, like, you press J and open up the map, you'll see like white little dots outlining the area you cannot build in. And
That's very helpful.
yeah, directly outside of it, you'll be able to build.
Okay, well, I might give you a couple of minor design notes.
Okay, but the inside are like
it's fine.
each floor is themed floor based on the gym leader that is inside the floor.
That sounds incredible. That sounds so cool.
It is incredible. Mage has been an amazing amount of work detailing all the spawn area things with like dope ass items, and I don't know, so many
I'm
little
legitimately
touches.
excited, and I fucking hate Minecraft.
You all should feel excited. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Go watch the video that's either up already or coming out soon. You will be excited. You will brain blast your fucking dick.
I can't
Suck
wait
on
to
that.
build my mud hut. My mud hut metropolis.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Mage. You said you were building a place, a kind of like a hole in the ground for PvP. What about the mud puddle? What about the mud puddle? That's a hole in the ground.
I could. So how should it look like?
Well,
Puddle
the
of
mud
mud.
puddle is basically just a swampy, like, if you've ever seen a Dark Souls swamp, it's basically that, but with Germans in it.
With who?
Oh. Count me out.
Okay, we can
What's the
discuss
reference?
It's the reference is like the mud puddle. My Discord server is filled with Germans for some reason, and that's funny.
That's funny.
I could.
You just gotta look up
Put a German
Blight
flag
Town
somewhere.
Swamp, and you'll get some aesthetic reference.
I'll
I guess I'll
There,
have to
there
build
are a few
St.
Spaniards
Ben's
as well.
Cathedral.
It's a very EU server.
I'm not sure if I'll be able to
Just vile.
theme it properly. Okay, I'll consider mud puddle, but I'm also considering the theming it RFCK because it is PvP sort of thing.
Yeah.
We don't want everything
Yeah.
to be all RFCK. We know how fucking
I
spastic
want
the
it to be all
RFCK crowd
RFCK.
can be. They get all wrapped up in their little gang
I can
It's
make my own
thematically
mud
makes
city.
sense if it's PvP. RFCK is PvP. I get it. I think it's.
I mean, we already
reasonable.
have the Royal Rumble Arena. That seems like a good place for
No,
PvP.
that's
and
Pokemon.
and that's not PvP.
No, that's
themed.
Pokemon battles.
I mean, that's not RFCK.
Like I was considering thinking maybe like every now and then we can host like Pokemon tournaments, and then I gift like a legendary or something to the winner.
Yeah, it sounds great.
I
Oh,
actually
agree.
while I
Yes!
was building, legendaries kept spawning around me like from time to time, so I would capture them, and they're like gonna be in my gift reservoir. I'm not gonna keep any of them.
I see you've got a Xerneas and a Virizion here.
I have such dreams.
Listen
I have
to
such
all
dreams
this
for
work
this place.
Mage has done. Listen to all the slaving away she's done for this project, and it's barely even like 2 weeks in. If you guys
Frankly, I'm
don't
shocked.
give money and join this project, it's clear that you just hate women. So if you don't want,
Yeah, that's
Oh no.
it's hard to dispute.
I just think the fact that the economy values this work at $0 is unacceptable. This is why we need Yang. This is why we need UBI. That's not true.
This is why we need
vote
U-
Bernie.
UZI.
Vote Bernie. Vote Bernie. Vote Bernie. Vote Bernie.
We
All this talk of coding. I've been like half-heartedly doing a coding thing, and
Yeah.
What
it
language are
relates
you
to
using?
the mud puddle. I was using Java just because I don't know anything, and I was just sort of like fucking around.
Cool.
But I wanted to make a Discord bot for my server called Endless Mud, and the only thing in my Discord at the moment
just
is
throwing
that
sand.
there's tiers, there's roles which are just like burgundy blood, like all the bloods from the hemo spectrum from Homestuck. Red Man, me, has all
I
the
see.
blood, and I can bestow blood upon others if they ask. But I kind of want like an Endless Mud bot to like give people the roles, and just that in itself was like a gargantuan task because Discord is not that easy to work with. There was a lot of tutorials and I burnt myself
Yeah.
out, but I got a thing working where in my own personal server, if I run the bot on my computer, I have it open, then I can type !get blood, and then Endless Mud will respond with "you get blood," and that's as far as I got. Nothing actually changes. There's no currency or anything, but that's it's hard.
It is.
God, coding is hard. I couldn't even imagine like making something like Endless War.
Hey, it started small, you know?
Crack, I was like, I know, I'll open up a beginner Python tutorial and start from absolute scratch and try and make this bot. I can make this bot. It would have been so much harder than I thought. And then Crack just came along and was like, I can make it. And like, I could never have done the stuff like I didn't know anything about databases, right? It's all like database. It's database based, and it's based.
Living in the database.
I don't know. Crack fucking made it happen. I don't know if anyone else could. I mean, I don't know. It's fucking the point. What I'm saying is how it actually works. Like the nuts and bolts of it. That's like its baseline level. How RFCK works is like completely beyond my understanding.
Yeah, like right? Getting it to work with Discord is the hardest part, and it's the first step. Doing all that took like 3 or 4 days of like dying at the computer.
Oof.
Like I just wanna. You ever feel like when you're working on something that's stressing you out, it's like really difficult, that you just sort of like heat up, and then your back sort of feels prickly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know that.
In a way that you're getting
when
like
you're
pissed.
frustrated.
I know that's like, yeah.
Where something just doesn't work, and you don't know like where to go. It's like
all the fucking time.
I know the hot. I know the heat of rage.
Yeah.
I want to.
I got that a lot.
No, I don't. My back doesn't get prickly, but I'm sure I have
my
other.
back gets hot. I know that feeling.
Symptoms.
Oh, it's so annoying. And my back or like below the stomach as well. I just get so frustrated because of I feel like I get more frustrated because of the heat rather than whatever upset me.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is happening again on top of all this stress.
Yeah.
I need to go outside and jump in an ice bath lake.
Yeah,
I just
feel that
wanna
shit on my
It's
neck.
all that blood you have boiling over.
I just want to quickly say to the editor of this episode, my audio might have desynced at least 2 times so far. I'm not sure. So just check in on that.
Okie dokie. We'll sync at the end. Hopefully
sorry,
that'll fix.
sorry,
Sorry,
new
my
editor,
Oblivion
if you're out there.
has had to deal with it as well.
Trial by fire.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know why it does that. It just like starts lagging, and like Hippo was lagging out really bad for me, but so I couldn't hear most of things.
It should like reorient. I think that's mostly Discord, and then
but no,
unless you're looking at the playhead and it's sort of lagging.
This is why we sync. This is why we sync at the beginning and end now. It helps.
Yeah, I think I might have been partly responsible because of that. Because of
It was me. It was for some reason my audio was. It would always like get like a second out of sync by the end of most episodes.
I think some of it is to do with like the bitrate of the recording. Like if Audacity is like 40,000 something.
We should all have like
100 versus 48,000.
Okay, after this episode, we should all like set the project rate, whatever, to a certain rate, so we're all on the same rate.
I'm recording.
I mean,
I
don't know. This is inside baseball.
Right
this is extreme inside baseball right now. They're not supposed to see this.
Instead of
They're not
this,
supposed to know that we're recording with a program.
Instead
we're
of
just
this,
literally
let me say,
speaking out of the computer.
Yeah.
When I look at these Minecraft images, I want to build. I've already got a house that's okay. It needs a lot more, but I want to build some sort of BGE face floating in the sky, smugly smiling down at everyone like a new sun. That's one thing I want. And then also, I would love to build a Slime Corp HQ skyscraper building somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that I can ally with the
St. Ben's
degenerates of the RFCK server, and we can team up and construct this office building. It was extremely cold, clinical, no soul, only calculated numbers.
It's just a cube.
It's just a cube, just a cold steel cube. Of pure efficiency.
Oh, that reminds me.
With that little logo on top.
There'll be like places in the spawn that you can buy with in-game currency, not in-game, literally just in-game. You won't be able to buy it with any other currency. Just making it clear.
Can we sell in-game currency for
No.
real currency?
You can sell it for slime coin.
Oh, but
maybe we should make the server free and just fill it with microtransactions.
That sounds like a great business plan.
No.
Unironically, it's what every business is doing, right?
No.
I have such a grand vision of like, okay, let's say we buy like a little plot near the spawn. We build Slime Corp HQ there. But the thing, you can make permission set so that only, like I was already testing this, like you can have like pressure plates or switches that only activate with people you've given permission to. So we could give specifically access to Slime Corp HQ only to employees of Slime Corp, and everybody else just gets kept out and they cannot even enter the building. Oh,
there are slightly
so
different sizes of the plots you can get, and like the prices reflect that. So you
gotta get a big one.
Yeah, there's like
fellow executives
small ones,
team up
like
with
the bigger
me.
ones, and like the large ones are just for you to flex. They're the most expensive ones, and they're by the crew layer, by the horseshoe crew layer. I haven't posted a screenshot of that horseshoe crew layer.
I can't wait to buy the smallest plot I can get and just build like the tiniest little castle, just like the most minuscule little just little purple like stone tower or something.
Speaking of Tiny Ben.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
My gun girl, the one of the my cop killer OC. In Endless War, you can create Slimoid pets. And I made Tiny Baby Ben Saint.
And
I love it. I loved it so much.
Tiny baby Ben Saint's first day of Slimoid school. Make sure to kill anyone who fucks with you. Have fun. Let me read the description of Tiny Baby Ben Saint.
Great.
Gun girl, you are accompanied by Tiny Baby Ben Saint, a 1 foot tall Slimoid. It is vaguely humanoid. It sounds just like me so far. Its face is a single huge eye. It walks on legs. It crackles with stored electrical energy. It is covered in a coating of slippery oil, again, just like me. It can generate harmful frequencies with its brain waves. It is usually staring off into space. Its dark purple hue gives it a brooding, edgy appearance. It will huff and groan when given orders, like a teenage rebelling against his mom in the most flaccid way possible. It has just a little bit of moxie, almost no grit, and almost no chutzpah. A pitiable baby, this Slimoid has no clout whatsoever. It has overalls adorned. So that's the in-game description of
It's
Tiny
adorable.
Baby
Please
Ben
protect him.
I love him.
I'm honored.
He's just such a perfect little guy. I always walk ! Point walk Slimoid everywhere.
I would have to agree.
And with the whole like apartment things, I've got an apartment, and you can change the apartment description. So like
something about him just makes me trust him.
Yeah, I have Gun Girl's apartment description has like she's got a gun workbench and like Tony Hawk Pro Skater and a PS1.
Yes, we have real estate. There's real estate in RFCK now.
And also just outside the kitchen is a playpen covered in oil. So like Tiny Baby Ben Sane gets brought home after a long day of like fishing and stuff, and she puts him in the playpen while she plays Tony Hawk. That's the lore. And I really love it.
That's so good. That's so cool.
Speaking of real estate, I didn't get to finish about the Minecraft server. Sorry for going back to it. I'm just really excited because I set it up that people will be able to like make claims, and they'll be able to sell claims and buy claims and stuff. Hence, like the little town. So I'm really excited, or at least hopeful.
This is gonna turn into a capitalist nightmare. I really
hope that people will buy those plots and build like really neat things in the spawn, so have like a little town. But
are they pre-existing plots that are like set up ahead of time, or can you like define your own plot? No,
I set up because there's limited space in these spawns, so I set them up. Like smaller ones are cheaper, bigger ones are more expensive, and they're like the flex plots that I call them because they're super expensive.
In all directions out, like take a fucking step beyond spawn, and there's tons of space.
Yeah.
I went south quite a ways to build my house.
Yeah, but okay, I just don't know how this works. Can you like in the server we're in right now, you can basically just go anywhere and just like set up a plot for yourself. Yeah. Can you still do that?
Yep. This is just like if you.
Oh, this is like prime.
Yeah, basically like if you want your structure to be near spawn where everyone starts and stuff. So like you can because.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Is the map going to be like endlessly spawning, or is there a cap? Because a map that keeps going
I haven't set up any
inevitably.
caps.
There should be some cap. It should be really big, but there should be some cap because people like to travel forever in a server without a cap, and it lags the server however many chunks have been created.
I'll look into that. The fair point. I haven't considered that.
To reduce processing demands, like putting a limit on the rendering distance.
There's that.
I have no idea how Minecraft works.
There's that rendering stuff, but also if people are so spread out, they won't interact as much, and we want them to be like players in a game world.
But it's part of the fun of Minecraft is exploring and finding your own little corner.
Okay. All right. So we'll figure it out.
We'll discuss this
optimize.
later.
We'll optimize. This server's going to be ribbed for your pleasure, dear viewer.
It's happening. It's coming. So you better get ready for it.
I'm kind of hyped for it.
I am seeing. I'm looking in the patron chat here and there. I see people being like, suddenly I'm getting that craving. I'm getting that craving to mine and to craft and to explore and to spelunk and to soar in the skies.
Can we set up a military police state that will punish anyone who mines at night?
I think a faction should exist and be formed in this Minecraft world specifically to do so.
Yeah, like there's the team that goes out mining at night, and then there's another team that goes out like specifically to just like fight.
I was gonna say,
it's like, all right, the sun's going down. Everyone, get your fucking weapons ready.
PvP is disabled for the overworld, but the PvP is enabled for the Nether. So be careful in the Nether. So
it's okay though. These cops can still enforce the business. For example, if you catch someone mining at night and you're an agent of the law, then I don't know, maybe drop a couple of stacks of TNT at important places in their mine and just let loose. Let God do its justice.
What's the thing with like in 2B2T that people would like fight with beds?
Because they explode in the Nether or something.
If you fall asleep on the bed, you explode.
I don't know how you
fight
with that.
That's the only way to like kill someone through their like fully upgraded diamond armor. It's like
it is a massive explosion.
Something about that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we'll work on that. We'll get that.
It'll be exciting for everybody. It's gonna be great, everybody. We've been working on it a long time. I've been playing around, goofing around in there quite a bit. Very, very happy, very excited. All right. Well, what else is going on? We could just go to the voicemails. I mean, I got them ready to go.
Hippo is I don't know if he's got any shit to raise.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyone else, any developments in anyone's
I've
life, huh? Any juicy drama?
No drama.
I made soup today. That's only drama. That's only drama.
I have been marathoning the Angry Video Game Nerd again.
Hell yeah.
He has those the seasons of his show, which consolidate an entire year's worth of episodes, like season 1 to 10, I think. Mm-hmm. He's got more years than that. He's been doing it. Season 4 and 5, I think, is the peak. But watching all of those again really puts you in the mood to do the video game review thing. I've been thinking about it a little bit.
Oh man!
Mm-hmm. And I've been thinking about like, it's not like I'm like secretly desperately wanting to come back and making videos, because I often have ideas that I'm like, well, too bad I don't like doing the video thing. I'll just think about it, and that'll be the thing I think about. But I do want, like, I would like a good reason to come back. Sure. I just can't think of one.
Dark
like
Cloud
it
3 comes out.
The dream.
Because, like, I was thinking about, like, the point of the reviews. Initially, it was because I wanted to tell people about certain games that I like, and so that they know about them, and explain why they're good. And I just feel like that, like, ran its course, and I don't feel like I need to explain that, because so many games are completely covered by thousands of people, and there's, like, the only thing that's, like, could be unique is to do, like, obscure games, but I don't really give a shit about obscure things if I don't know them. It was, like, a very limited thing from the beginning.
Sure.
And then there's, like, oh, well, do it for fame. Like, YouTube fame is stupid. Do it for money. You'll never make money on YouTube. That's a stupid idea. Like, there's a lot of... And, like, content that is... It's just the reason. Like... I don't know. I don't know what reason I could have to make videos again. But it would be nice if I could find one. So you have the general desire,
but no specific plan at the moment.
I like the idea of having a legacy like AVGN that's like, remember Hypocrite? I mean, people do like occasionally somebody references one of my videos and I'm like, oh, you remember. I don't even remember. And it's
I remember.
nice. And it's like I clearly don't have the same sort of clean record because I stopped and started so many times, and it took such a long time for so few videos, and not all of them are like that great. I did a whole like tier list video of my reviews at one point on Give and Take.
Right,
And,
right.
But like if I came back and I keep making videos and they're good and it's like really cool, then people it'd be good, and it'd be like maybe you could get money and patrons from it, and I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you obviously did them because you enjoyed doing them, at least at a part, and I doubt that urge will ever completely go away. So yeah, I mean, I eagerly await the next video if and when you ever make one. Hopefully you find something.
Yeah, there's no plans really. It's just sort of, if I ever do it again, I want to be sure that I know what I'm doing. Like I could say, oh yes, I'm making a show and it's called Hypocrite, and this is the conceit of the show, and this is how many episode ideas I have. Like if I was pitching it to like a TV studio or something, like what is the purpose of this? I need to answer those questions.
That's a very good point, and I think a lot of people, like when everybody starts their YouTube with like a good idea, but as you keep going and you get another thing of like, I'm a guy who does YouTube now, then you're like, ooh, I gotta make something now, gotta like find something, and then that spark can definitely go away. I certainly know what that is like. But yeah, I mean, ultimately you want to be in a place where like you're doing YouTube and you're purely doing the things that you love and you're passionate about. And I would say probably because you know that you'll be fine no matter what. And like if you've got like a great other career that like allows you to just do YouTube as a hobby, and you don't need to make it successful, you can just do exactly what you want to do. That's a pretty great place to be.
Like it's in hobby territory at the moment. It's just if I like making something as long or as intense as like one of those skit heavy like YouTube reviews of stuff, then it would take a lot of time, and I would need a very good reason to spend that sort of time. And I feel like spending not so much time on it, making it like less of a interesting product, is like completely a waste of time. I'd rather like have a good idea and find the time to put it together than like come back half-heartedly and say, I'm just sort of like reviewing newer games and with no visuals, like, or something stupid.
I mean, having it be a hobby is always a good idea, just because you get that extra freedom. So, and there's no pressure at this point. I mean, because you're already, you're doing your professional quote-unquote work, so there's not any pressing need to like have a strict upload schedule or anything like that. So if you get the itch again, just throw something out and just let it be that. Just do it.
I've often thought about, I've never done this, but I've often thought about the concept of we all have this urge when we make a project, we want it to be like big and impressive, largely because we feel that like we've only got one shot to make our video on thing. But like, well, let's say I wanted to make a video on, I don't know, like Fooly Cooly the sequels, which are something I've wanted to talk about at some point. What if I could make like, I don't know, let's just say theoretically, I made like a Weagwa on them or something, and then I'm like, those are okay, but I actually want to make a big video, and then I just also make a big video that's actually good later, That's like allowed. You're allowed to do these things.
Yeah.
But I guess you just don't want your initial work to go to waste or something. I don't know. Meh.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. You feel like you have these precious feelings about your work, like, oh, I gotta make my thing and it's gotta be perfect. But like, I have that instinct too, but it's not a good instinct, because like creativity is a river, right? It's not a one single squirt. It's a continuous flow, right?
Indeed.
And if you're making stuff, that's how you make something good, right? The way that you make something good is that you're just making stuff, and sometimes some of it's good. It's not that you like stop everything and you just work on one thing and you do all this work into one thing, and then because you worked on it so much, it comes out really good. That's just not how it works.
My estimation of like the heights of human genius have become so low, like in that way, that like a genius just stands up and does amazing thing. It seems like it's almost always extremely busy people or extremely prolific people who are just continually
it's someone
producing.
Who's been doing stuff for like a long time, and then one day they happen to do it in a certain way, that is like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is what's
I
happening.
think as we go on, that's gonna start becoming more apparent. I think the meme of like the genius is gonna die just because social media allows everyone to document what they're doing, and everyone has like a history. So you can't just be like a flash in the pan guy, because you'll have like 5 years worth of tweets of trying to do things before your big breakout. Success.
Yeah.
Every fucking famous artist has like their embarrassing old DeviantArt of like where they drew fucking Ed and Eddie
There
hentai.
you go, Rebecca.
A very specific person over here.
And
yeah,
then,
you all know who I'm fucking talking about, but you get it.
And then some of those people continue to do that and make their career in that.
Yeah.
Ed and
Yeah.
Eddie
And Ed
hentai.
hentai, yeah.
There's
And
a
there's
lucrative
nothing
market
wrong
for
with
sure.
that.
The brave, the few.
Technically
What's the name of the
speaking.
blue-haired girl?
Lapis
The Kanker
Lazuli.
sister.
I don't remember.
I've seen those.
I never actually watched much Ed, and
pretty good.
Eddie.
Oh, her.
Wasn't my
Yeah,
scene.
I don't know her name. Lucy, I think. Lucy.
No, I
No,
don't think so.
wait, maybe.
Okay, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Blue Kanker sister.
Yeah.
I like the Johnny Test sisters. They're
No.
cuties.
It's literally
Oh, yeah.
Dexter, just two of them and a female.
Did you know canonically the one with the straight hair, canonically in Johnny Test, straight hair one is hotter because the other one's like a tomboy. And ooh, who would like that? Shrug shoulders, dab sweat off brow, rings, sweat out of blanket.
Whip crack sound.
Well, I'm
getting some-
glad we
Oh,
have
yeah, I was
that
gonna-
figured out.
That's it. You're
I
welcome.
was just gonna say like the reason AVGN got me on this path of thinking
Mary,
is because
By the
Is
way-
that the motherfucking PCP? Is that the
Yes,
motherfucking
Munchy,
Pro
hello.
Crastinators
Hey,
podcast?
Munchy.
Hey,
In
fuck
my
are you?
America, with a Republican in the White House, Pro
I don't
Crastinators
think so,
podcast
buddy.
in this
You
generation.
came to the wrong neighborhood.
Oh no, they don't make
Yeah.
them like they used to.
Hey, hang on. Gib was finishing a point. Let him finish that. Yeah.
all right, you interrupted me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
yeah, okay. The reason it was it was AVGN that got me on this sort of train of thought was because his videos, the subject matter never matters to him, really. Like, it's either a game he remembers renting and it's bad, or it's just a game he's been brought attention to and it's bad. And he's always thought of it as like he's making short films of him playing a character called the Angry Video Game Nerd. And with a lot of other people, myself included, I came into it with like, these are my actual opinions about video games and all that, and like the character stuff was sort of like, I'll throw that in there because it's funny, or it was never really the focus. The fact that AVGN has like this focus as this was a character he created, and he's continued to use that as like the basis of the show. He has a very clear understanding of what he is doing, and I think when and if I ever make anything like that again, it would only be because I have like an idea for a character, for a show, for it to be like an entertaining thing, and the video game stuff should like take a back seat. Otherwise, I mean, it's not impossible to like have it be the other way, but you'd need to be like very good at talking about video games, like a Matthew Matosis or whatever, and I'm not actually that analytically minded. I'm more of a funny minded person. So like the entertainment, it's just sort of cool because like the way he talks about the video games, the videos themselves are just very casual. It's just like he's a guy and he's saying, this game sucks, look at this bullshit, fuck.
Angry Video Game Nerd is an artismo. He makes shit by hand, and he has an idea of what he wants to make, instead of it being like a sequence of like, what childhood game can I mine the experiences of in my brain? Like what can I like break out that I have like a sentimentality towards, which is where all the heart and gold comes out from stuff like
If
you
nothing
and maybe
else,
JonTron.
that approach is gonna help with longevity, which is exactly why he's been doing it for, I believe, 80 years at this point.
Yeah, about.
Because as long as you're being a character, that character can react to anything. You personally, human being, have only had so many experiences that are
It's
worthy
true.
of mining.
I think
for
that
anything.
separation is really good, not only for that content sort of thing, but because it kind of divorces you personally from the work to a certain degree.
Yeah, it's smart.
It's
gives you more
easier
flexibility.
it's easier to get hung up on a certain video when it's your own opinions being broadcast. It's like, I gotta get this video about my favorite game perfect. But if you're just a character then it's like, it's not the same thing. You can sort of think of it as a product.
It's also easier to dismiss criticism that are just like, bullshit in the comments. If they're like saying you're retarded, you're like, yeah, the character's supposed to be retarded. Like, I'm not going to care about this anymore.
Okay, that's all well and good, and I can understand, like, the pros of that, right? Like, I understand that, like, yeah, like as Nate said, that's great for longevity, It can be way more stable a thing to do if, it's more versatile like that. But isn't, like, the best videos ones where it's, like, a person really cares about what they're talking about, and it's, like, a really, like, personal or even just interesting sort of thing like that? I can imagine that being way more filling and, like, artistically, just inherently.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not that I want to emulate AVGN exactly, but it's just that aspect of, like, the videos are... They're not all great, and there's certainly, like, an element of nostalgia there. Like, I really like the older ones that I remember. But it's that ability for it to remain good to me after all this time and still be, like, entertaining, and the fact that people like it, and it's just sort of like a nice thing. And people react that way to my videos. And I'm like, maybe I don't agree, but I sometimes, like, if I had a good idea, it would be nice to make another video. And if I didn't have a good idea, like I don't at the moment, then I will just never. It just got me thinking about the whole thing.
I haven't watched The Angry Video Game Nerd since I was in 5th grade, and I remember not really liking it. So I think that, like, the idea of a character really just relies on, like, it being something that you're into. Whereas, like, if it's, like, someone who's talking about something that they, like, really care about and really enjoy, right? I feel like I can basically listen to any of that, even if I hate the thing that they're talking about. Their passion can often just come through, and it doesn't really matter what it's about as long as they're interested in it. I can watch anything. But if it's like a character, it's like it can go on for like 1,000 episodes, but if I don't like it, then I'm just not going to watch it no matter what.
Yeah, I think that
just gotta have a good character, I guess.
Regardless of all of these, like, different things, the main thing that I want to make clear is that if I ever make anything in the future, it won't be to make a money out of it. It would just be if I have a cool idea and I really want to make one. Like longevity or like relativity or big money. Like, it's not gonna sway me more than, like, having a really burning passion for making a video.
Well, good.
And I don't know.
Reason.
Makes
That's
sense.
my thought.
It's me, Munchy. Munchy wears tiny hats. I'm reporting to you live
that's cool, though.
on my
Hey.
dormitory in scenic Boston, Massachusetts. It's me. I'm in college. Remember how we used to have those long episodes where it's like, ooh, yikes!
I do
Yeah.
remember.
You still do.
Yeah,
while you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
here.
And the evil one.
Yeah, the evil one. Yes, agreed. Well, now I'm here, and now I'm gonna get really loud, and everyone's gonna, like, bang on my door. It's gonna be like that. Remember that one MEMECRAFT where Nate was gonna make one about The Sopranos, but his neighbor, like, banged on the walls and said that you couldn't do it, and so he made the ASMR one. Classic.
Is that why
That's
I did
me.
that?
Yeah,
You say
that's
so.
why.
Okay, all right. I don't remember that being the case, but all right.
Yeah,
Am I
it
gonna say
is.
that as a joke?
Fucking fake Nate fan. Anyway,
I think I made that as a joke, and you took it. You hook, line, and sinker, Munchy. But whatever.
Anyway, hey guys, what Hippo was talking about, creating, thinking about the stuff that you're gonna make. Oh, I'm gonna think really hard about the artistic process of this one here. I'm really gonna put a lot of thought in that. Listen, that's all, like, fake, and you know what? That's not even like, just like, nah, bro, nah, dude. Listen, guys. I've been I've just been coming. I'm gonna level with you guys right now. My dorm room is just flooded with semen, because I've just been having a fucking gay old time. Oh god, someone's calling. Let's see. Let's get the speaker on. Yeah, hey, what is it? Hello?
This is Bank of America calling.
Oh god, Jesus Christ.
I love that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Anyway, the point is that after coming to art school and interacting with all the people that I have so far, I just come to agree that, just to say that it's all been great. I'm only like 3 weeks in. I can't all describe what the experience will be like in like a month or maybe even tomorrow. But just so far, the synapses have been firing, my friends. My heart has been beating. My mind has been just completely altered, like completely addled by all the substances and people that I've met so far. And it's great. And I'm on the other side of the line. I'm on the other side of paradise right now. I'm letting you guys know that I'm in heaven. I finally figured out what it was like, and it's great. It's great.
Well,
It's
that's
so good.
great. That extended adolescence of college is a hell of a time. It's a great experience.
Literally.
What is your projects, your work? What's you doing?
So some of it is.
I mean, he's like a freshman, and it's like his second week.
It's not
probably
like,
nothing.
you know.
I want those pictures of Spider-Man. I want those pictures of Spider-Man, Munchy. Get them on my desk now.
I'm just curious to see like what like the experience of the learning, like how they teach you and what they're teaching you and stuff.
Well, it depends like a lot on like what the class is. There's no, it's sort of like, so the thing at this school, right, is that everyone starts out with the same freshman year, and there's like very selective that you can take to figure out what you want to major in down the road. And then once you get to your second year, then things really start to like get super niche and super specialized based on like what you want to do. But right now it's pretty general, so I'm taking stuff that may not like directly apply to anything that I'm doing in the future, but will just be like sort of general skills that like I can not so well. Let me rephrase that. Not so much that won't be beneficial to what I do down the line, but more so is just a sort of generic thing that anyone can benefit from in any way. So I'm studying really basic things like, you know, I'm studying 2D space, how to do composition. I'm doing like sculptures, and I'm doing stuff like that. That's like, you know, these are the sort of things that you can really take to anything and apply them in various different ways. So if you want to know very specifics, I just bought a bunch of cardboard, and I'm making like a cardboard fucking mechanical, like weird, like utilitarian sculpture thing. So I'm gonna be making tubes and shit right now and boxes.
Sick.
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like I'm 2 years old again. But anyway,
that's my roommate Lorenz does an architecture school, and he's always like building weird shit out of cardboard. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
yeah, you're not into
I'm
it?
against it. Yeah.
I mean, I understand. I've never I had to like work with colored pencils for the first time since like, you know, second grade. That was cool. It's cool to have to. Oh, you know what? Okay. Here's something that really just struck me. It was very interesting. So there's like a very clear divide, and it's really interesting when you're able to like just see the amount of faces in my freshman class that I know I won't see like by the end of this year, meaning that I can clearly make out like the weeds. I can separate like the cream from the chaff so easily, and it's not like I have like a really I'm like really like better than those guys. Like I'm like really perceptive, but it's illustrated in the fact that like all the seniors and all the upperclassmen, right? They are like, you know, cool. And really like, you know, interesting and kind of weird and kind of offbeat and kind of the people that I imagine that I would see. And in my like dorm room, like my roommates and all my people in my floor, all of them are, and this struck me, they're all like Snapchat normies. They're all like really just like the most like generic human being I can imagine like in my life. And you know, like kudos to them, man. I'm not judging them. It's just like, you know, it's just what I didn't expect. I thought people were going to be
more
weird
well-adjusted.
Here.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're just like they go out to parties and things and like they do drugs and stuff. Like, whoa,
dude,
whoa, man,
it's so fucking that's bizarre, man. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
No, freshmen suck, dude. No, freshmen suck. No, fuck it. You should haze them. You should start hazing all the other freshmen.
You start hosing them.
Yeah,
yeah.
I basically take a note that anyone who does weed I won't see by the end of sophomore year. That's
false.
the game that I'm playing.
That's wrong. But okay.
Yeah, there's some capable people, but many I agree. Many will. You know, those are the types who are likely to wash out. I'd say.
Well, you know, it probably. You know what? It probably does make it more likely.
More likely.
It probably does make it more likely that they will, because they don't have their eyes on the prize. I don't know. Weed's bad for your focus.
Now the kids who are doing Adderall, those are the top of the class.
The ones
who
are popping
Xannies.
Well, you're speaking to yours truly here.
Hell yeah.
How do you think I get by? Yeah. Anyway, I didn't mean to make this the school episode, but that's just obviously
no.
the
I
most
talked for
interesting
like
thing about
I
me
talked for
that's
like 3
happening.
hours about Phantom Horn in New Los Angeles City. So, have
Oh,
you been
man,
following
dude,
that? By the
that's
way,
crazy.
we shouldn't go on a whole other diversion of it. But I just want to know if you're keeping up with that.
Yeah, well, okay, so it's hard, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't go on Twitter. So I
Yeah.
just have to like ask Cassie every day, like, is there a new page out? And she'll tell me yes or no.
There is a post that I keep retweeting that is just all the images collected into one Imgur album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ben, snag the link for that too, so we can put it in the show notes and shit.
Yes, I will snag that.
I'll
Okay,
just bookmark that then, I guess.
Yeah, do that. Good
I
idea.
can't
good
wait
idea.
for the Kickstarter for that comic.
Oh my God, Munchy.
I'll fucking print a book of it. Why not?
Munchy, have you seen?
It's like 90 pages
up to date
long.
with Ben's comic there? Have you seen like the very last page that's been produced?
Is it the one? Well, okay. The last I left.
Let's just
off,
say it's an explosive page.
There's
That's all
actually,
there is
there's
to
actually,
it.
Oh, yes,
there's
I've
actually
seen
been
that.
two
I've
more
seen that.
since then, Nate.
I guess I missed those. Okay. I just want to make sure you saw 9/11.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw 9/11.
Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Oops.
It was the best one yet.
What I like about this.
By the way, guys, sorry, let me just on the subject of 9/11. Did you guys see the art that someone made for us on Twitter of our character 9/11 in full green screen?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, he
sent to
posted
us
it on
on
9/11, and then you in some chat was like, I don't know if we should retweet this.
I
today.
did not look on 9/11. People are actually sad, and,
fucking
grieving.
coward.
Yeah,
I
fuck
figured
'em, dude.
after
No.
that, it's fine. But
Nah, you missed
I
the
just
holiday.
didn't want to. It's actually a day of grieving for real people, which I'm not one of.
For
but
babies, for baby
Nah,
people. It's over.
Nah,
it's
I
old.
get it.
I guess.
You're
I
right.
get it. I just don't care.
You're right, but it's funny.
I mean, I agree. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. But
But by the way, I just wanted to say that Ben, about that comic,
Yes.
this is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. But first of all, Endless War, as I do every single day of my fucking life, just thinking about it. But in relation to like an Endless War comic and stuff, it's just so like Endless War is the best like inspirational tool ever.
Yep.
Like, you can just, like, think about it for a second, and then just ideas just start to flow from your fingertips and your mind and your cock. Like, there's just so many different ways that you could take it that it's just, like, I think, like, I don't even know how to describe, like, the quickest from, like, thought to creation that I think can happen. Like, as soon as I get in this war idea of any kind, like an update for it or an extracurricular thing, I just like immediately like, okay, this is just like completely taken over my mind. Like I can't think about anything else. I'm just going to do this because it's like the best idea anyone's ever had.
That's the plan. That's the plan, baby.
Munchy, have you had that moment at school yet? I'm wondering if this has happened yet. Have you had that moment where your contemporaries have realized just how much better you are than them yet at, doing stuff in real life?
Well,
have they realized that yet?
Since you're a freshman, so you're surrounded by other freshmen. So I have no doubt in my mind that plenty of your contemporaries are just complete hacks who do not belong there and will drop out when they realize that this is not for them. For sure.
I saw the funny fucking cartoon premiere, and I went to a premiere or just a showing in Boston, and it was great, and we can talk about that maybe. But the point of that is that I went with 3 classmates, and I went there just to have fun, hang out. And after the movie, I was stopped not once but twice by 2 separate fans who asked me to take pictures with them in front of my classmates. And by the way, I had been trying to keep my all of my art online like a secret from all of them. Like I went intentionally trying to not let anyone
hide
know
your
my
power level. It's the right move.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was intentionally dodgy as much as I could be. And so then they see all these people line up for photos with me.
Munchy, you were both lording that club and holding court simultaneously.
Yeah.
They were dripping wet after seeing this spectacle. I have no doubt
Did your
about it.
classmates ask about this?
Yeah, they're like, what is that? I was like, I just make stuff online. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, yeah, play it
answer.
coy, boy. That's the way.
the
That's
right
the way.
answer.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah.
God damn.
And
they
they,
think you're the coolest guy as of that.
Well, that's how you get hired by Cartoon Network.
Yeah, by lording the club.
Anyway, so I basically have tried to keep everything a secret. Hey, actually, so speaking of Endless War and school, actually, so I came to the school knowing that the first month or two is just gonna be me trying to pan for gold as fast and as hard as I fucking can, like I'm fucking a cat or something. So I've been going to every single club and extracurricular activity and every class and everything that I possibly can to analyze the situation, look at everyone that's in the club or just around me, rapid fire, hey, what's up? They respond in 2 words. I can tell if I'm gonna like them or not. I just shove you through
Yeah, of
obviously
course.
that's elitist. Obviously there are going to be people that are going to be lost through cracks right there. People are going to say something, weird or awkward, and I would have liked them a lot, but I just didn't give them the time of day because I'm a fucking asshole. Yeah, listen, I understand. I know. That's what the rest of the years are for. Right now, I'm just trying to build a solid base for which I can jump off from later. Listen, am I an asshole? Sure, whatever. Fuck you, it doesn't matter. The point of this is that I've been going to a bunch of clubs, and in order to get a bigger, just get as many people in front of me and get to know as many people as possible, I have made a Discord server. And you know what this is? It is a Endless War clone themed after my school. What? So I have coded my own personal weird offshoot spin-off of Endless War. And I've just made it in this thing so I can introduce all the people in my school to not only Endless War but also me, and then I can lord over to them the fact that I've made something cool and that they'll have to cry.
This is just for people from school and
No, I'm posting up flyers and posters and stuff, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Oh, also, wait,
are they supposed to kill each other?
Yeah, no, they kill each other.
Thank
Well,
God.
technically, they make each other drop out. There is slime, though.
Okay.
Oh, also, wait.
As long as there's slime.
Quick aside, by the way. I went to a socialist club. I went to
a socialist club?
Yeah, I went to a thing called the Fenway Socialist.
Very nice.
Okay. Meeting. Yeah. And you should come with me next time.
Should I actually?
Yeah, do it. Why not?
Allowed.
I mean, it was boilerplate shit that I've heard 1,000 times before, and I didn't really care. But you know what?
So, okay, great, cool. Sign me up.
You can only be friends with Ben for so long before it all becomes boilerplate.
That's right. That's right.
I was just scrolling through the mentions on the PCP and my personal Twitter, because I think he sent it to both of us. I cannot find this 9/11 image. I'm worried that this person felt the need to delete it because they felt uncomfortable about it. Bro, please don't. Please bring it back if you did. I don't even remember who it was who made that, but I'm mildly concerned that they felt like they shouldn't have done it or something. But no, it's hilarious. Don't apologize. Don't delete unless I'm wrong.
Do as Nate
when you hear
says,
this,
not as he
please
does.
link it to me. I want to retweet it. It's hilarious.
Oh,
so yeah.
Munchy, you probably didn't see this
Just
since
saying,
you're not on
just saying.
Twitter, but I made a really funny drawing yesterday, and I want to tell you about it.
What was it? Was it the Turstworthy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. Listen, okay, that's a fine image and all, but you gave Turstworthy a shirt, and that implies that he's a furry. That implies that he wears clothes, and I'm really not about that.
You're right.
I'm really upset by that.
No, you're right. Nah, this is not canon.
Hopefully that can be retconned immediately.
Turstworthy actually he wears a headband, right?
Yeah, he wears a Ryu headband.
Yeah. This was, I just had to communicate that he's a rowdy and that he wasn't a fucking tie-wearing Republican.
He wasn't a GOP member, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, those get mixed up all the time.
Dimension C197 is the cop killer shooting Turstworthy. Dimension 1218 is Ben Saint killing the GOP. The joke is that they're both elephants. Get it? Because Grand Old Party, the Republicans,
Excellent.
elephants.
Very
yes,
funny.
I had a fucking brain blast, right? I have to make this connection in a new way that makes people make a new realization about the world and makes them go ha 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 ha.
Also pictured in the show notes is Turstworthy with his mother back in Africa.
That's great.
Why
Look at him go.
Why is it giving me this? Oh, it's okay.
He's shooting fucking
I
guns.
see, I see.
By the way, Munchy,
Yeah.
tell me you've been to the Promised Land. Tell me you've been to the Anime Club. Please, I need to hear these words.
Okay. There isn't one. There isn't
What?
one.
You need to found the Anime Club, then,
Nate,
Munchy. This is your job.
The reason why there isn't one is because Anime Club is just the school, Nate. Literally
Oh,
everyone
yeah, well.
is that person that you would see
Okay,
at
all
Anime
right.
Club.
I'm just curious. Is there because in my school there was an Anime Club and there was a Japanese culture club. Does that exist? I'm just curious.
Nah, there's nothing like
Okay.
that. All the clubs are
So they
very
hate Japanese, so they're racist. They want to reenact World War II, Hirosaki, Nagashima. I got it.
There's a weird preponderance of Chinese people at the school, not
Ew.
ethnic. I'm saying literally from China, they are from there,
They
the country.
their English is
Oh yeah.
and stuff.
Don't they say that America's chief export is education or
Chinese
something? Is
people.
that my?
Yeah.
We mine them and
maybe?
we ship them off.
I don't know. I've been to a few clubs. Chief among them is the game design club, the game jam club, which was cool. Fine, maybe whatever. I went to a comic club, and the comic club was Okay, I'm gonna make like a really like fucking like funny ass like lame ass normie comparison to an anime that I've seen. I think you guys have seen Mob Psycho 100 probably. You know that I don't even know what it's called. The club that like does nothing and just wastes time. That's the Comics Club
or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
The Psychic Club. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Okay, it's that. So it's just like people like show up and they're like, yeah, so like I've been working on like this character for like 10 years and like I written down something, but I was hoping someone else here could draw it for me. Like I'm thinking that we could like collaborate
dude,
and like
that's
no.
what it's like. That's what people.
That's my heart
that's
wish. It's my one Kokoro wish.
That's what people who want to get into comics are like. They are script writers who need an artist to draw their shit for them for exposure. It's an epidemic. It was like that at my school. I mean, we didn't have a comics club, but there were people like that who were like, I have this great idea for a comic. I just need someone to draw it for me.
I mean, there you go.
So I need someone to do all the work for me.
Pretty much.
Disgusting.
You're sizing them up, Munchy, so you know these people can be thrown directly into the trash and moved on to.
Yeah, it's
greener
also all like, okay, listen, all right, I'm gonna throw
Also,
these
this
guys
is an
under the
art
bus.
school, so why the fuck are they doing that there? They should know how to fucking draw.
People think art school is fucking
Maybe they're in the
easy.
writing program.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their parents say you have to go to a college, and it's like, I guess drawing's easy. I'll go to art college, and then a bunch of people come to an art college. They realize it's hard, and then they leave.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
Didn't you
let
go
you
to
guys
an art
know.
school,
If
Hippo?
I did the exact same thing. The thing with like the freshman year, like there was a bunch of like normal people in there who did not give a shit, and they just enjoyed acting as if they were still in school. And like enjoyed boasting about how much they're not doing their homework. It's like, I haven't even done it yet. Lol.
That's the extended adolescence shit. Oh, it's terrible.
Dude,
it's horrible.
Okay, it's so weird because it's such like a weird paradigm, right? Where I talk to people and they're like, "Oh, my fucking teacher sucks. Like, oh, we have to do homework. We have to draw in art school. What the fuck?"
Damn.
And I'm like, my mom didn't make me come here. Like, this
college
wasn't my
is a
parents'
choice.
decision to come to this school. Like, I came here of my own accord to
It's just-
participate.
How do those people?
I mean,
even
this
get
is why
accepted?
when we would always talk about college, we're always like have a goal. Don't
Yeah,
just go
exactly.
for no reason. You know?
Yeah, and so it's
But no,
it's so weird
literally
talking to
most
people who
people
just like
do it to put
mindlessly
off
went there.
their other decisions
Yeah.
in life.
And rack up debt.
Yeah.
All that business. Yeah.
Okay, let me know if this is like bad of me to get annoyed at. So I'm at the comic club, right? And I'm talking to people, and one of the girls there is like, dude, she just like doesn't want to do comics, you know. She's just there to like hang out and talk about like fucking cartoons or whatever.
Okay.
And she's like, guys, you know what? I love Samurai Jack. Somehow the talk of Samurai Jack comes up, and she just talks about how much she loves it, and about how it's like her favorite thing, and about how she's such a Samurai Jack fan. Fuck yeah, it's finna fleek, bro. And then someone else asked like, oh, have you seen season 5? And they're like, I've only seen season 5 on Adult Swim. I've only seen like the newest, latest, most mainstream version of this thing. Is it okay for me to want to kill that person? I've never even seen Samurai Jack. I've never even seen it.
I'm
Being
offended you didn't
elitist
kill them
about
on
your
the
media
spot.
is one of the fine joys of life. It's one of the most wonderful
I would
experiences that a
say,
human
all
being
right,
can have.
I feel like Samurai Jack is old enough, and I assume it's not on TV in the rotation anymore, and it's been like that for long enough that it's like, I don't think it's like that fair to like shit on them immediately. Like you can tell them.
Well, I mean, it's not like he's saying them to burn his ass to the ground.
I think
They can Google search "Watch Samurai Jack" online.
Well,
Okay, like,
maybe they just
from the
haven't
sounds
thought
of
of that.
it-
Maybe you say you should watch the old ones.
Yeah, and you can feel superior to them because they haven't thought
Yeah,
of it.
you know what? I agree. I think it would be the real crime would be if you were like if they were like, I haven't watched the old ones and I never will. Like fuck that,
Yeah.
right? But probably like if they liked season 5 and they're just excited about it, and maybe they'd want to see the first, and they just haven't gotten around to it yet. I mean, that would be fair. That would be fair enough.
Well,
I feel like I don't begrudge anyone for not starting Samurai Jack at the beginning. And then this isn't just Samurai Jack. This can be anything. Again, I don't have like any allegiance to Samurai Jack. But like, it's not the fact that like they just watched that season and not the rest, and they aren't a real fan. It's the fact that they went on and on about how they are a real fan.
Yeah,
and
that's
yet
what I
it
wanted
seems
to
that they
say,
aren't.
but no one heard me say anything.
Lol, get wrecked.
Lol.
Yeah,
Lol.
exactly.
Sure. I mean, you know, I guess it would depend, right? I guess it would have to depend on like, I would have had to been there and heard her spiel to be like, this is weird. It's weird that you're talking about yourself this way when you haven't even seen 4/5 of the show.
Was
it's a similar sort of thing
like,
to just
prompted? Was it like
Yeah.
people were saying, you're not a real fan if you've only seen the 5th one? She's like, no, I am a real fan. Or is it she just talked about how she's a real fan out of nowhere?
There's definitely would be a weird way to do it.
So someone was like they were listing off the things that they like about themselves, and they're like, oh, I used to watch Samurai Jack as a kid, and the other person was like, oh, dude, I fucking love Samurai Jack, and then they went off.
Oh, that reminds me of a thing that happened like back when Final Fantasy Advent Children released. I watched it and I loved it. I'll admit that I absolutely
you're
loved
the
it.
only one.
The only one at the time.
Okay, to be fair, I've never played any Final Fantasy games. Still haven't, sadly. But I've only seen that one movie, and I just absolutely fell in love with Vincent Valentine.
Oh my god!
And like,
Jesus, that's such a Mage
went on.
thing to do.
I remember I talked to people just about how much I loved Vincent.
It's all about the aesthetic.
I knew his height.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
his blood type. I knew everything about him.
I played, and I feel like I might be the only person in the world who played Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, which was the
Oh
played
yeah,
that. Yeah, I
I
played
knew
it too,
about this
yeah.
game solely because
It
I
is-
like Vincent
it
Valentine.
is just a very polished, very pretty shooting gallery. But it is the fucking side story about Vincent Valentine, who is the edgiest boy in this even in the post cyberpocalypse of Final Fantasy VII. Vincent Valentine is the edgiest boy.
pretty much.
I love him. So
I mean, he's pretty
still
cool.
do. I
He's
still
pretty
like
cool.
him too.
Yeah. Dirge of Cerberus is not a great game, but whatever. I still enjoyed it.
Quote
So
unquote,
I guess
the
I can
edgy-
understand.
quote unquote, the edgiest boy is very mage core.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
It's kind of me-core too in a way. I mean, yeah, no, I really
Yes,
liked
very
Vincent too.
Euphoric.
Nate liked him so
Well,
much.
it's like
that he
on these
cosplayed as
feelings.
him.
On these feelings of superiority, I mean, you know what it's going to be. Just to use the loaded example, it's like in a couple years or whatever, when someone plays the Final Fantasy VII remake, and then like I'm talking to them, and they just say like we just met each other, and they're like, oh yeah, I love Final Fantasy VII, and I'm like, oh my god, and then I go on my spiel about
Before they
and then
finish-
they're like, no, stop, idiot, I'm talking about the
Dude.
remake, and then I'm like, oh
Dude,
god, no,
I like Final Fantasy
it can't
VII
be.
even before it was cool. Even in 2019, before the game was even released, I was a huge
Yeah,
fan of
yeah.
the trailers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Epic.
So look, I it's not wrong for them to feel that way.
No.
But I absolutely give myself permission to simply feel superior to
But-
them because I do know
But
more.
if you want to be a real fan, you need to at least have an opinion about the original versus the remake.
you probably should.
I
You
think
probably
that's
should.
fair criteria.
The thing about these sorts of conversations where somebody shows that they're just a little baby about some media, and then there's that one guy who does the deep sigh and lets them know, like,
Yeah.
you aren't cool, guy. You're not a real fan. I
Yeah.
hate that guy as well.
know-
No, I love
No,
that guy. That's
I
me.
agree. No, you're right. Because here's the thing, right? Fandom is all about commodification, right? It's all a capitalist nightmare. We're playing right into we're all playing right into the big corporation's hand when we have these conversations. Oh, you're not a real fan because you haven't seen the spin-off. You're not
Because you have consumed
you ha-
product
yeah,
X,
do
Y, Z.
You're
Yeah,
saying
go
you
to
don't
it.
own all the figurines, but you're not a real fan. Wait, you don't have the Chewbacca figure with like the extra bandolier that only costs like $22.99 extra. You have to custom order it.
Idiot.
Yeah. So this is what we're doing. We're playing right into Disney's hand,
yeah.
right? And as you know,
Look,
as
it's
soon
different if it's
First, here's how it's gonna go. First, Google buys Facebook. Then Google buys Twitter. Then Disney buys Google. Then they own us. Then they've got us by the balls, right? Then they form the
can't
one
wait.
world government, right? Then there's the tribulation, right? The tribulation, the 1,000 years of tribulation. Then the Antichrist appears. Then Jesus comes back, right? But it's too late because we've all given up our faith, right? We don't believe in Jesus anymore. We just believe
And then
in...
they're like, you're not a
we
real
just-
fan of the Bible. You don't even know that hell isn't real. It was never even in the original text, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, you didn't even read Dante's Inferno? You're not a fucking real fan, all right? You didn't...
That's fucking
You didn't
fan
read the
fiction,
spin-offs?
goddammit. That's not
Yeah.
canon.
No, you're
I wanna
not. Bad
say-
example.
And after all that, endless war happens. It's like under
Yeah,
Disney,
yep.
slime is invented, and then everything goes to shit.
Well, under Jesus, slime is
I
invented.
just want to say, like, you know, like how people gatekeep and like get annoyed. It's like, oh, you've only consumed this media and that, and it's kind of sad because like I find it really cool that people get interested in the media and then like you have something to talk about with them. I think the most annoying thing is if they get a big head about like, oh, I watched the remake of this thing, and then like they talk down to you as if they know better than you. I think that's the most
That can
annoyance
be
people
annoying.
do. Yeah, but like in general, I really like it when people get into it, even if it's not, you know, the OG or only part of the thing. Like I think Neverpaint recently started like their first Pokemon game ever, and I'm like, yes, you're playing Pokemon. That's so cool. You're experiencing the things, and that's really neat. And I like that, and I'm happy for them.
Look, I agree. Gatekeeping can be a bad thing, but I believe in benevolent gatekeeping in a big way, which namely, like, okay, remember in Hunter x Hunter? Remember in Hunter x Hunter, when they go to save Killua from that house, and there's literally a big gate in the way. There's a big gate, and in order to go rescue Killua, they had to do a sick shonen montage to get strong so they could push open the gate to get through. This is exactly how I think about not even like fandom, but like the game Sekiro. So many people got filtered by Sekiro because it was too fucking hard and they couldn't summon Solaire to save their pansy ass, and they weren't willing to put in the dozens of hours of work to get good at that fucking game. And good! They don't deserve to get through because they didn't work for it. That these things should exist so that we have some filtration system so that we know.
I don't see the connection. I don't see the connection between skill gating in a video game and fandom of like Samurai Jack.
If you're in a Discord server that's about like deep level discussion of, let's just say, anime, you're like a Ukrainian Zagok, or you're like an Econ, or a Digibro. You're one of these people who is they've got
the
deep
three
level
horsemen
knowledge.
of the apocalypse right there.
yeah, exactly. These guys, they know shit. All right, they know shit. Like, sure, could a newcomer come in who like has barely seen any anime and like engage in discussion? Sure, they could do that. They probably wouldn't have much to contribute to that kind of conversation. What they should do is what I would want that person to do is be like, okay, I can see the conversation is above my pay grade. I could participate. But really, I should just go and, like, learn some of these examples that are being discussed before, like, you know, like, annoying people by trying to interject myself into situations where I just am operating at a way lower intellectual level of information than, like, the other people here. That's what I'm saying, which seems like a perfectly reasonable way to live.
Well, here's my take, right? You do not need to be an expert to have an opinion on something. Right? Like you don't need to have seen everything to have an opinion about a movie, for example. But I mean, you should just know that, like, I mean, you should just fucking be reasonable about it and be like, okay, well, I only know about the things I've seen, and if there are things that I haven't seen, then I don't know about them. All right? Just keep that guideline in mind, and you'll be okay, dear viewer.
Specifically when it comes to video games, it's a little different because the amount of the game you end up playing can differ from person to person. If you see a movie, most people finish the movie. Not everybody like skips a scene or like starts halfway through and thinks they've seen the movie. Maybe some people do, but like they're quickly shot down with bullets.
Yes.
If somebody plays Sekiro, for example, and they can't get past a certain boss, but they say they like the game, and they try to participate in certain conversations, it's difficult because on the one hand they are a fan of the game because they've played it, but they aren't a person who has completely completed it like some of the other people.
Okay, but what if they watched the Let's Play and they saw how it ended?
I mean, okay,
there's
things
the
they can and can't
feeling
say.
of like playing the game is different from Let's Playing. I think everyone understands that.
The person can say they enjoy the game, they like playing it, they love the lore. They could say all those things. What they can't say is that I beat the game if they didn't beat the game, and that's perfectly fine. A distinction to make. It's just, depends on what the conversation.
Well, it just makes it a little more complicated because, like, say for example, somebody has beaten 90% of the game, and having a conversation with somebody who's just started. Like, a game takes a long time to complete, and a movie or an anime, it's like a start and stop. You watch the thing from the beginning to the end, and if you haven't done that, then it's very clear that you're not you can't participate.
Well, I think
exactly,
it really depends on what the topic of discussion is and what exactly they're discussing. If they're just, talking about the things they liked so far and stuff, just naming things or sharing experiences, I think both a starter and an expert can find things to talk about. But, if they talk about some sort of in-depth lore or future spoilers or something, or like the feeling of defeating the boss, then, the newbie wouldn't be able to necessarily relate.
I want to make a new OC, possibly an endless war. They're called the Gatekeeper. This is all they do. They know all the lore, and if you ever reveal that you don't know every single thing about a mechanic or the lore or a character or anything, you will be sought out and destroyed if you reveal this about yourself. Coming
the Boogeyman Reaper. The
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Yes.
Well, Munchy, is there anything else interesting going on at school and in your life? Because it seems like a fascinating new change. It
is.
Journey.
I mean, I'm really early in. There's probably like one person who I've like really pissed off, like with like the series of like, haha, I'm having so much fun. I feel like I could. Oh wow, some people are gonna not make it through the freshman year. Haha, I say naively. I am upset that someone like didn't watch All the Samurai Jack. So I can imagine there's like one person like really upset about that. That's like really just like boiling in their seat. So sorry to that.
Yeah, they're not gonna make it anyway.
Yeah, you know what? That's fine. Anyway, in school, I mean, there's like a lot of things. There's so many things that have happened over the past couple of weeks. You know. That it's hard to really pick apart all the things. I mean, I'm just having a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Are your roommates all right? How's the roommate situation?
Well, you see, Nate. I'm in my dorm right now. I don't know how thin the walls are. And I do know that one of my roommates is possibly listening to this very show right now.
Oh my god!
So listen, I can't talk about any one of them
Possibly,
because I don't know how secure.
Fuck you, David. You piece of shit.
No.
Go back to Scandinavia.
Listen, I can't really speak too much about that, but I will say that I thoroughly enjoy my dorm. So there's no problems there. But I will refrain from specifics. I will say that today and for the past couple of days, I have been like just fucking like in my own eyes slain like a queen. Because I've really gotten a hold like of the routine. Because, it's somewhat hard to adjust going from, especially like me, like, living off the chain, fucking sick nasty without having basically any like actual routine in place. Obviously, I've talked many times on the show about having like a set in place routine that I impose upon myself. But how different is it from a self-imposed to like an outside imposed routine? I mean, that's crazy. Oh God, someone just entered. But anyway, the point is that I have a school schedule now, so I've had to like work around my life around that as opposed to work my like art around myself. And so it's been a really it hasn't been like agonizing, but I finally now actually just put it away and finally been able. I've woken up at 7 for the past couple of days, like how I want, and I'm just in a routine. I'm writing my journal way more than I used to, and I'm cooking on myself. I feel great. I feel a master of my own domain. I'm getting work done as soon as I get it, and it's just I earlier today, right? The reason I'm all jazzed up about this is because earlier today I took a long walk to an art supply store to get stuff for my homework, and just on that, like, I just got an idea for something that I want to create, like an art project I want to make. And so I just got off of the road, and I just stopped in a cafe, and I just spent like 2 hours in a cafe. And then while I was in there, it wasn't like the usual, like, I sit down to write, and I'm like, oh God, what am I going to do? Like, I have an idea that I kind of want to eke out in my brain, but like, it's so ill-defined and vague. It's like, I just have to sit down, like, make like, characters is this, characters is this. No, it just so easily transferred from my brain to the page, to the point where it's like, I have something that I can, like, just do. I've never felt like, I always feel like, no matter how much of the art that I've made online, no matter how easy it gets, how much of a process I work out, it always feels when I start a new thing that I'm doing, it always feels like, oh God, there's so much to do. I have so many things that I have to, like, oh, I have to write so much for this project. I have to do so much for this. I don't feel that way at all. I think it's in large part due to, like, me being in a new environment and me feeling kind of fresh. I feel spry, guys. I feel like I'm alive again. I feel like I'm just so brimming with things that I want to do. And, like, it's weird, right? Because I've had so much time before, and now that I have less time to do things that I want, I'm more, you know, not incentivized, but I'm more inspired to do it. It's weird how life works out like that, but it's just like, I feel good. I feel really creative. I feel really like I'm making things, and, like, I'm not working hard but stupid. I feel like I'm working smart and also hard, and it's great. And I'm alive right now. I feel so good.
I like that.
That's great,
the romantic idea of just sitting at a cafe, like, you know, just doing that. It's like, I'm gonna be like a creative. I'm gonna sit at a cafe and I'm gonna, or like write on it in a little book.
Oh, dude, no. Okay, all right. Well, okay. Based on what you just said right there, I've actually made a vow. This is a scary thing for me, but I'm now officially saving up for an iPad. I've made the decision. I'm gonna get an iPad because I want, because my laptop is, like, really terrible and really bad and, like, sucks. And I need something that I can go around and write with. So I was writing, and it, as I just said, it worked out great, and I got a lot of stuff down on the page that I think is, like, really valuable, and it was great. But I was just, like, texting on my phone, basically, and it was, like, kind of a nightmare with that interface. And I've just been teetering on the edge of getting an iPad for a while, because I really like the pencil. I really like the idea of that I can just, like, go out on the go, and I can just draw whenever I want to. So yeah, it was Romantic Hippo, but it was offset by the fact that it was on just like on my fucking phone, and it was really annoying and stupid. I looked really lame and dumb.
iPads are pretty sick.
iPads are dope, man. I like them. I like them a lot. There's so many apps. The apps, man.
Gotta get that Procreate going. That's like
Munchy, you mentioned something in there I just had to touch on briefly. You said that you've been cooking. That's great. Okay, but forget you. Let's talk about me. Which is that, okay, so recently, me and Michelle have gotten our hands on some of these Amazon meal kits.
Oh,
now, you know
God,
you guys,
not this shit again.
You've
not
been
this
saying,
horse
like,
shit.
don't do HelloFresh, don't do these prepared meal
It
kits.
just
like
keeps
they're
coming
bad.
back. You think you slay
You'll
the you
regret
think you've slain the
You'll
Hydra.
wanna
You think
die.
you've slain the Hydra, but two heads grow back.
Ben, I'm under no illusion. But let me tell you, friend, when I was chowing down on my 30-minute prepared Amazon meal kit seared salmon with fennel and pea risotto, it was, I'm not lying, making this meal as exactly instructed with all the ingredients prepared right there. It was so easy to make. This was one of the most delicious meals I've had my entire life. These Amazon meal kits. This is not an exaggeration. I'm 100% serious, and you know what? I'm sure a large part of it is the satisfaction of having it cooked at home.
I'm
it's
disgusted
incredible.
with you right now. I'm so fucking disgusted.
I made this amazing couscous Amazon meal kit deal. I don't know what fucking couscous is.
You're so
I just
spineless.
made it according
You're
to the
such
meal
a
kit.
spineless fucking coward.
It was
Nate. You're
so
like,
fucking.
You're like
why are you arguing against
You used to
delicious,
be on his side.
easy
What
to
happened?
make?
No.
What?
Okay, because Nate used to always,
Yeah.
flip flop between, oh yeah, haha, fucking HelloFresh. But then also, oh, but I see the appeal. He would flip flop between them. He would be like, a reasonable person. Fuck you. And so now he goes from, sort of downplaying HelloFresh to now going with evil HelloFresh, which is Amazon meal kits. It just is HelloFresh, but now it's owned by Amazon, and therefore like an evil version.
I mean,
I'll
it's
just
the
say
same
that
shit,
we got them for
Sure.
free. These were literally free.
Yeah.
So like we didn't pay for them. So that's a big reason why we cooked them.
I got I forget if it was HelloFresh or Blue Apron, but I got a free week's worth of it, which is why I know.
Yeah, you might as well.
Sure. That's fine. That's cool and all. Okay.
If you didn't roll with me from the start, you don't get to roll with me now.
I want to quickly talk about food since we're talking about food.
Wait, Mage, let me finish my point. Then you can talk about food.
Okay.
It's just that. Well, this is. Why would I ever want to not do this when it's so easy? It's so delicious. I don't know. The calorie counts are right there. They're reasonably healthy.
Because you can
Why
literally
would I
do
not
it yourself for less money. You can do the same exact thing.
I don't know how to put together
fucking Google
like, by
any
salmon,
recipe.
by
You can Google
couscous,
any
by
recipe,
fucking
any recipe that fucking
pears and shit.
any recipe that fucking Garfield Eats or whatever fucking service this is, and send you
And
in
then
the
I could
mail.
go-
You can figure it. You can Google it. Holy,
Look,
holy
you're right.
shit.
Okay, look, Ben,
Guys,
just entertain this for a second, Ben. Have you ever thought for a second that some of the meals that are being you buy the box, it has the exact meal that you're going to get and exact instructions that you will get, that whatever you're going to do. We have made through these food that I did not envision myself being able to easily make at home. I've now learned that it is easy to make.
Yes, that's
and it can be done.
fair. Fine. I'm just saying
Okay.
that there are ways to expand your culinary horizons that does not involve prostrating yourself on the capitalist altar of fucking Jeff Bezos' offshore bank accounts or whatever the
What, are you going to
fuck.
stop using Amazon, Ben? Are you going to stop ordering
It's not
from
that
Amazon?
I think you
Is that
shouldn't
your
use
plan?
Amazon. It's that it's just that you could do the exact same thing without using Amazon. That's the
Well,
Look, it's fine.
the convenience
Look, it's
is
fine.
nice.
I don't want to overstate how much of a crime I think this is. But I just you don't need this fucking service to do this for you. I
The
have
real
more
funny thing
faith in
about
you than
this
that.
Is that
Yeah,
this is kind of the exact same thing we were just talking about with like the gatekeeping and like the plebe who doesn't, he's still like
Kinda.
you are to cooking as someone who hasn't beaten a single boss in Sekiro is to you.
Who?
Like-
Who's who in this analogy?
I mean, clearly me.
What?
I
No.
mean, I'm the noob
I don't
here.
get
I'm
it.
the scrub, or he's the gatekeeper.
No,
yeah. in
no,
this
all
example.
right. I thought this would be very simple. The whole thing with cooking is that you're doing like an easy loser baby stupid thing, and everyone else around you is like laughing at you like they're doing the deep side. Like, you're such a fake food fan. I can't believe you would do this.
Okay, yeah, kinda. A little bit. I just
Like
Oh,
if
well,
you put the hard
hold
work
on.
in, like in Sekiro, if you put the hard work in, you can make these things like easily. Over time, you will gain skills. You will gain like a library of ingredients that work well together, and you can make stuff up.
In Sekiro, actually, you can get your hands on rice through, after a while, there's a lady who gives you rice, but you eat it raw. Canonically, the character eats it raw. It's a life hack, like, advanced, like, one of the secret ending strats, where, like, Kuro, your little lord guy, he actually is like, you've been eating it raw? Let me, like, cook it for you. And then he makes delicious rice balls, so he does up his cooking game, canonically, in Sekiro, when you dive deep and do some of the, like, harder to access endings.
It's a metaphor.
How fascinating.
for
it's a metaphor.
getting good.
And I agree, but I'm not good.
Okay.
Get good,
I-
get
oh,
good
oh,
at
oh, wait,
cooking.
okay.
You know what?
We've had
I shouldn't be. You know what? The fact I'm reassured by the fact that you got it for free. This makes me feel.
It
This
was
makes
free.
me
We
feel
have
so
not
much
paid a
better about the
cent.
whole thing.
Well,
Oh,
right.
okay, listen, we've had the final HelloFresh conversation like 12 times now on
I
this
know, I
show.
know.
I'll say what I've said 1,000 times before. You don't need it, but it's just convenient, and convenience may matter to you. If you can spare it, convenience, it's nice and all, but you don't.
Yeah, but
need
the
it.
satisfaction of being like a chef who knows how to do it is way better. Is way better than summoning.
That's too big. I need dinner tonight.
It's way better than summoning
guess-
Solaire.
I guess all I would say is if you're like, okay, I don't know how to cook. Oh, but like, something like HelloFresh or Amazon Eats or Garfield Eats or whatever the fuck. If they through this, I can expand my horizon and learn how to do it. I would say,
Yeah.
cool, but guess what? You don't need that. You can learn on your own. You can just fucking Google a recipe and make it. I do it sometimes. It's pretty alright.
All right,
Yeah, all right.
I'm going to make a value judgment right now. But Nate, I don't think that you will ever Google search how to make a specific type of food. I don't think you'll ever do that in your life.
I
And
might.
like
I
try
don't
to
know.
like expand your horizons that way. Am I
Probably
wrong?
not.
Okay.
Yeah, who knows? Life's a long time. We'll see. We'll see.
So I think that's an extremely unlikely scenario.
Well,
in this,
that's
in,
I
in
would-
this.
dumb.
If
That's a
Huel satisfied me,
dumb
if Huel gave me 100% of my
defense.
nutritional value and I had no problems and I could just drink it, I would just do that. I don't care. It's not important to me. But these meals, they are pretty great. They are delicious and they're better than Huel, so that's a
I'm
plus.
sure they're better than Huel.
Nothing's
this
better
is
than
Nate's,
Huel,
this
Nate.
is
Don't
Nate's,
blaspheme.
Nate's
It's fair,
glowing
Tom.
review of Amazon Eats. better than Huel.
But I love Huel. Huel is great.
All right.
That's a high recommendation.
I ordered the chocolate Huel in the bottles. It was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah, see, yeah. They're good. The biggest problem is that they're not filling, and I find myself pretty hungry before too long after.
The biggest
drinking
problem is
a
they're too
Huel.
fucking expensive.
There's that too. They're like $3 to $4 or something when you
It's
for each
unacceptably
bottle.
I have a
Just too much.
solution.
Powder's a much better deal.
I have
That's
a
true.
solution. I have a solution, Nate. This is like in sort of in relation to what I wanted earlier to say. So I went out today to the shop and I bought like a bunch of ingredients, like a lot of like vegetables and whatnot. And I made soup, and with the flavor soup cubes and whatever. I threw a bunch of stuff in. I didn't know if it was gonna taste good or not. And just like the cherry on top, I put everything into a blender, and I made
What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
I put
How'd
the
it go?
soup in a blender because I was too lazy to like chop everything
chew?
into small
Wait,
bits.
hold
Wait,
on.
what?
Hold the fucking phone. Hold the fucking phone.
Wait.
When did you?
How was
That
it?
is not what a
How was
blender
it?
is
At
for.
what state? Wait. Okay, are you saying that you put all the ingredients into a blender, blended it in the blender, and then put it in a pot and cooked it?
No. I cooked it first. I chopped it into like reasonable
happening right
cubes.
now?
So did it just end up as like a soup smoothie?
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Was it good? Was it good?
It was perfect. It was great. It's
You-
I,
It was
I-
great.
you know
There
what?
go.
I don't
quite
understand.
filling.
This
It's
seems like a
filling
very
as
like
well.
normal. This would strike
This
me
is
as just
not
life
normal.
hack.
This is- okay.
This doesn't seem weird
is
or
not
bad at all.
normal.
I'm
Like
tired of
super
having to
normal.
chew every
This is not
bite of
normal,
food. We've
but
got the solution.
This is not normal, but I don't think it sounds too bad because like when you cook it all in a soup, it all kind of like the flavors all kind of run together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
sort
it's
of
like
imagine you just kind of blend it and it just becomes like a smooth puree that has that soup flavor.
Yeah,
guess I get
basically,
it.
and it's like it
Yeah.
feels a lot more filling. It depends on how much water you put. It might be like
Tell-
thicker or thinner.
What did you put in it? I want to imagine
Uh,
this experience.
Okay, it was slightly experimental, so I wasn't sure if it was gonna turn
No
out great
kidding.
or not.
No kidding.
Okay, so a bit of I think like 2 small red peppers, which didn't turn out that spicy this time.
Okay.
Because I previously had made a similar soup, but that I was following a recipe. But this time I was just doing my own thing.
Mhm.
So like 2 red peppers, a handful of like tiny bell peppers, like these orange ones, like
Okay.
baby bell peppers
So
or
just a
something
whole
like
lot of
that.
peppers so far. Just pepper
The
stew.
red peppers. Okay. The red peppers are meant to be spicy, but bell peppers are kind of sweet.
Yeah. Sure.
Then I got like a pack of carrots, diced carrots, and something else, something yellow, not yams, something I don't remember what they're called.
Squash maybe? Some kind of squash?
Not squash.
Mm.
No, not squash. It was very short. A word.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. It's mostly carrots. It was
Yeah,
just-
we got it.
Yeah,
we got
yeah.
it.
Then some onions. This time red onions.
Okay.
I got some chives.
Mhm.
And what else did I put? Like 2 different flavor cubes. One like I don't remember
Yeah.
what they're called, like
Bu-
stock or something.
Bouillon,
What?
right?
Yeah,
Bouillon?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like one is vegetable flavor, the other is mushroom flavor because I freaking love
just
mushrooms.
Googled Boolean cube. Ah.
Wait,
Ah.
what? Bouillon?
I don't like this.
What?
What?
I don't like
What are you?
this. This
What are you
flavor
talking?
cube.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, bouillon cubes. Like all soups do that. Otherwise, they're super hecka
All
bland.
soups.
Yeah, curry too uses like curry stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So you put bouillon cubes, peppers, something yellow,
Vegetables
and red
whatever.
onions in a pot.
And
Boiled
chives.
it and chives. Boiled it for a while, and then you put it in a blender, blended it, and
There's a
drank
little
it.
bit. There's a little bit of what's it called? A little bit of butter, a little bit of oil. Yeah. Then then I basically cooked it. A little bit of salt. Actually, a lot of bit of salt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I cooked
Definitely.
all of it, nice and cooked, and then I chucked it in the blender.
This is the
Wait.
kind of thing I condone this. This is the kind of thing that my friends would say that I do, but actually, no. Even I'm
it's-
not.
It
That's
looks
what I'm saying is that's
disgusting,
a totally Ben Core move. It's just like cook it all in a pot and then blend it and drink it. I
Isn't
like
it-
it. I think that's cool.
Th-
I actually think that's really cool.
Isn't it just baby food?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
It
in
could
fact.
be. You could technically. That's if you had a baby and you wanted to feed it some
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, I sort of had the idea because during the summer, I went to visit my grandma and she was unwell, and I had to cook food for her, like soups and stuff, but she couldn't chew at that time, so I had to blend it in for her, and it tasted fucking amazing, you know. So I just remember.
I believe it. I believe it's good. This reminds me of the time I was trying to make mashed cauliflower, which, if you do it right, can be very similar to mashed potatoes in flavor and consistency. But I didn't have a food processor, so I put it in a blender, and I blended it way too much, and it reduced itself so much that it became like a slime. It became a pure, smooth, textureless cauliflower slime. And it was
Gross.
absolutely disgusting.
You made slime.
Yeah, you know, I would think that, like, oh, well, sure, it's not it's a slime now, but it would still have that good cauliflower flavor. No. The change in texture made it totally disgusting and inedible, and I had to... Even I wouldn't eat it, is what I'm saying.
Just for future reference, if anyone tries to make what I just made, go easy on the carrots. Because I ate too much carrots and those other stuff, whatever they were.
You're telling me.
It kind of killed the spiciness of the peppers, which I was a little disappointed in. I was hoping for a tiny kick. I don't particularly like spicy things, but the last time I made something like that, I kind of liked the little bit of spiciness to it, but this time it got absolutely murdered by carrots.
Murder.
Okay, this chapter of PCP Kitchen is officially closed.
I think we're ready to
Let's move on.
to...
Wait, Ben. Speaking of Ben Saint things,
Mm.
I finally understand what it's like to be you, Ben.
Oh, no.
And that's to do things that are perfectly reasonable, and yet everyone thinks that it's weird or that it's bad.
That's
and
my
gross.
life. That's my life.
Yeah.
I'm just doing the most logical thing. I'm just following my perfectly reasonable ideas, their logical conclusions, and everyone's giving me the side eye like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Such
okay,
as,
so I understand.
such
that. Okay, so I get to college, right? And there's nothing in here anywhere, and I have to decide what furniture I want. And I think, okay, I want no furniture, and I want nothing on my walls. I don't want to have anything in my room. And that's fine.
Good.
And then I get to the point where I need pillows and blankets and stuff, and I make the apparently huge social faux pas of not getting sheets for my bed. So I just have a pillow and a blanket on my bed. And I have no sheets. And everyone's just fucking going crazy.
Okay.
All my roommates are like, oh my god, what? You don't have sheets on? People have come into my room like, oh, you're the no sheets guy. People that's the thing that people know about me.
You know what?
You
know what?
that.
I'm gonna agree with that because I just think it would be really uncomfortable to sleep on a bed with no sheets.
It's not, though. I don't think it is.
I wouldn't like it.
Munchy.
Well, okay,
Munchy.
whatever, but that's not the point. The point is that why are people going insane over this? I was in an elevator, and someone was like, ooh, you don't sleep with... Oh, you're the person who doesn't sleep with sheets on. Someone literally identified me as the person who doesn't have sheets on their bed. This is a big,
you would
fucking
think you would be the
secret
pizza
for everyone.
guy.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
no,
actually,
people think
there's
I'm
a
the no
like
sheets
The no
there's a
sheets
reason.
guy. Mr. No Sheets.
Okay, if I'm understanding correctly what sheets are in this situation, there's a reason why sheets are put on blankets and pillows and stuff, and it's something to do a little bit with hygiene, and I think that's why people are kind of weirded out
you're
by
gonna
it.
have a smelly ass bed, Munchy, if you don't use sheets. You're gonna be a smelly guy.
I mean,
you don't want that.
your sheets you can wash them, but how are you gonna wash a mattress?
Okay, I mean...
That's the idea. That's the point. Yep.
That you phased me not even one
You
iota.
sweat when you sleep, Munchy, and if you have sheets, you can wash the sheets. But if it goes straight to the
I'm wrapped
mattress,
up in
you're
a
just gonna have a
blanket.
stanky ass mattress forever.
I'm wrapped up in a blanket, and I have my pillow, which is my face sweats, and then I get a lot of
What about when it's too? What about when it's too hot?
Whatever
What
you
about
wanna
when
do.
it's too hot for a blanket?
I mean,
Okay.
it's ultimately up to you, Munchy. I'm just explaining why people are so shocked about it.
Yes,
I
they think it's a
think that it's
hygiene
completely
violation,
unacceptable.
Munchy. This is what they think of when they see you now.
I think that the idea that people are referring to you as the no sheets guy is why it's crazy. I can
That's
understand the
fun.
concerns. I just don't see why this would be a big deal.
Word really gets around about this one guy who doesn't have sheets on his bed.
What a shame that Munchy was trying to keep his power level hidden, but unfortunately he's now going in the opposite direction, becoming infamous instead of legendary.
I can't believe that you guys are siding with the people who call me no sheets guy.
No, no,
I
no,
can't believe
no.
this is
Let
the
me-
thing
let me-
that's
I
happening
literally
right now.
started this moment when I heard people saying me and your boys, your roommates, got together and we founded the organization
You
of
think I just
Munchy
wear
No
sheets on his bed?
Yeah, it was disgusting. I wanted
I
to
mean-
kill myself and you when I heard it.
I mean, I'm happy to announce, I guess, to all you fucking cultural like vultures out there that I've caved and gotten sheets now. So now I have
Oh,
sheets.
no,
on
I
my
was
bed.
gonna say-
Now you've broken your will.
I was gonna say you should get a T-shirt printed like I'm the no sheet, like no sheets for me. Like
Ask me about my no sheet.
You know,
It's
no
not too
fap,
late,
this is
Munchy.
no sheets. Hashtag
You
no
could just
sheets.
You
not
could
use
start
the
a
sheets.
trend.
Yeah, the no sheet gang.
Maybe we've all been bamboozled, you know? I don't know. Who says you have to have
Okay.
sheets?
So here's the thinking. It's just that I didn't want to have this thing. Like I've always hated all the bedwear that is accompanied with beds. I hate the fact there's like a billion sheets and there's like different names for all of them. And there's like all I want to think about is my pillow and my blanket. And I don't like the fact that I have to like rustle through a bunch of like sheets to like get through to like the real sheet to get like all cozied up in my cocoon that is my bed. I don't have to deal with all the complexities of that. I just want to have a very simple bed. But I guess that's just too much. This is too much for some
I can
people.
sort of relate with Munchy. Like, I hate bothering with sheets, but I'll never stop bothering with sheets because I know how smelly they can get, and I know the feeling of fresh sheets and like how nice they smell
That's
and
a
how
nice
relaxed
feeling.
and how relaxed I feel after I put on some fresh sheets, and I just like, yes, I will sleep well tonight.
I'm going. Okay, I completely don't buy any of this. I'm going to I'm gonna wait. Okay, I'm gonna go to no sheets again. I'm gonna wait a year. I'm gonna pay
no.
people money to smell my bed because I do not believe that they will have any noticeable smell whatsoever. I don't believe it.
You don't have the courage. You don't have the stones to pull off a maneuver.
I mean, it
like
doesn't
that,
matter
an
because you're
operation
sleeping
of
on a
such
dorm
scope.
bed, so you're just gonna leave it for the sucker who's gonna take it next year. So it's not like you're gonna have to live with the consequences.
The potential fear, the potential issue you have is your roommates finding your bed smelly and this making their life worse. That's the risk. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's the thing to be avoided.
Wait, did the bed?
So, I don't know.
Was there a bed there to begin with? Did it have a sheet?
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Okay. So
it
it's
was
like
just
an
it
extra
was just a
expense.
mattress on a frame.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a
it's,
batch,
you know,
and I had to go
dorm
out,
shit.
and I had to buy everything myself. And I decided, okay, you know what? I don't want to spend the money. I don't really need a sheet. I don't really want one. I don't see the need for it. I still don't. And so I didn't get one. But
Yo,
but now I'm a pariah. Now I'm the fucking Jesus Christ 2 of fucking Boston, Massachusetts, and
Just
everyone in
tell
the
'em,
city,
Munchy,
like I'm walking down the street, and people are like chattering and like chuckling to themselves, like, oh, did you see
Yeah.
that guy? That guy's without the bed sheets.
Well, they're chucking stones at you and raining hellfire down on you. Just tell them, I don't need sheets because I am the sheet, man. That's
Damn.
my motto in life. There you go.
And when I try
That's
and
free.
pick up girls, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, babe, want to come under my sheets?" And they're like, huh, "You don't have any. We already know." I was like, damn, it's an expression.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go on to voicemails.
Yeah.
Let's do it. It's time. All right, we got a voicemail here. SpeakPipe, people. Link in the description down below. It's like speakpipe.com/PCP. I don't know what it is, but there's a link down below. And leave us voicemails, such as the one we're about to hear. This one is from a well-researched thesis. Don't at me. Okay, go.
All right, so the most human core thing is to send a 2-part voicemail because you think you're riddle my ass Batman, so confident about what human core is without even knowing what human core is to begin with, and then you say some dumb
Damn.
shit about bathrooms.
Called out.
All right,
Mozilla
so
Fennekin.
now that I'm in the voice grail, I'd like to martyr my spot to let Mozilla Fennekin out of the voice jail. He doesn't deserve to be there.
No.
What?
What? You're so presumptuous.
Making
You're a
fucking-
You think you're in the voice show? Why would you be in
Wait,
the
wait,
voice
who
show?
That's
sent
not voice
this?
grail,
Who
he's
sent
saying.
this?
A well-researched thesis was their only name. I don't know. Maybe it's Mozilla under
That's
some,
definitely not
getting a
Mozilla. No,
friend
this
or a
is
partner.
someone else who apparently we put into the Grail, and now they want to.
No, I think
No,
they're
I
saying
think-
that this message was so good they expect to have been put into the Grail
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
result of the quality of this very
that's a
message.
grave
I mean,
miscalculation.
it's a
This
really
guy's
funny joke because
this
there's
guy's
no
going in
way this
jail.
was good enough for the voice grail.
It's a really
even
funny
if...
This
joke,
guy
'cause
needs
you're
this guy
in the
needs to go to
jail
voice
now.
jail for his presumption.
Yeah,
you
this
go.
guy's going to voice jail.
Absolutely.
I like hate this person. You're so like
Yeah.
cocksure of this message getting in the voice. Grail?
I agree. It's unforgivable.
Are you joking me?
It's unforgivable.
Yeah, that's well, there you go, buddy. Welcome to jail.
Nuke from orbit.
Wait. What is
That,
this?
like, wasn't- that
I'm
left
getting
no
an update.
impression.
I think
I'm
he's
getting
doing
an
this on
update.
purpose. He's gonna
There's
get
another
into the
message
jail
coming
and
in.
have a stage of jailbreak.
I
think that's
agree.
the plan.
It's definitely a trap, but
There's
whatever.
another message coming in. What is this? A part 2, well-researched thesis. Okay, what? Go.
I'm so sorry. Please let me out of the voice jail. It smells like piss and cum here. This is the worst. Mozilla Fennekin.
Oh.
Fuck you.
that's what you get. That's what you get for trying to help
he
somebody.
played us like a fiddle and allowed us to destroy him. Like he tricked us
Yeah, he
into making his life worse.
He's in shackles. He's emaciated. He's like fucking. He's a skeleton hanging from the castle wall. He's like, haha, all
Yeah,
according
that's
to
him.
plan.
Wait a minute. Do you think
That was
that
good.
what he may have actually meant by that was like he did say like I want to like give up my spot for Mozilla Fennekin to get out. So maybe what he's saying is I'm in Grail, but I'm going to give this up and go to jail to release Mozilla
Nah,
Fennekin. Well,
not
that didn't
canon.
happen.
No,
That definitely
they're
didn't
both-
That's
happen.
not even how the
So-
system
now.
works. You just
No.
leave the Grail to get someone out of jail.
Well,
You don't go to
research
jail
these-
yourself.
Yeah. If you, I think if you get the Grail, you can. It's like matter and antimatter, right?
You can
if they
you
can cancel one
abdicate
another
the
out.
Yes,
Grail,
right.
and it just becomes nothing. You're both back to being
I
normal.
want to place a Mozilla Fennekin and well-researched thesis in the same room, hanging them up by chains on the wall, and then give the key to both of their things. You just place in the middle between them and see who gets to it first. I mean,
That's a good idea.
think
Let's
that's what I
see
wanna
how
have.
loyalty serves them in that situation.
And
Yeah.
and then
Only
the
one
key
can
and then the
escape from
key
room.
out and then the key out leads into like a bottomless pit, and then they fall. They fall.
So at this point, Hippo's communication screwed up. It was unsalvageable by editing. Let's continue with the program.
Next one is from Die N-word trapped in commie hell, but it's spelled ENWORD, so it's totally cool. Oh, and it's also classified. Okay, so here's a classified call. Go.
HQ.
understand.
Come in HQ. This is Agent 1488 requesting evac. Do you copy? HQ, do you copy? No answer. Those godless commies must have come up with a new method of blocking the transphlogistoneal transmitter. I need to get back.
What is
This intel is too important. The price of failure, too high. I promised Sensei that I'd never use this, but I may have no other choice. I need to do it. I need to say the N-word. To hell with the consequences.
Oh no.
Forgive me,
This
Sensei.
isn't PC. This isn't.
Desperate times. Desperate times.
What does this have to do with?
Oh, thank God. That was a
Neoliberals,
close-
all a bunch
That-
of filthy
that wasn't-
neoliberals. There it is. He said he was gonna
Munchy,
say.
I don't know. You've clearly missed the lore, but commie hell has been. We've been in
is it
communication
established?
with communist hell, and we've been making
Communist
friends.
hell? It sounds like a better place than normal hell, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It's way
Absolutely.
more.
Everyone gets like the same amount of brimstone and fire.
Yeah.
There's no disparity there.
all right, here we go.
It's a beautiful utopian fantasy.
Next one. This is from Ototo. Okay, just get on with it. Go.
When I was 12, I had a crush on my older stepsister. I once got
Sick.
close to telling her
Like good. in a
when her
way.
parents were out over the weekend, but I pussied out,
Her parents?
Fast forward
Were
today,
they also your parents?
and she's getting married, and I'm still a virgin. It would have gone horribly if I told her, but I still think about it to this day.
Is that it?
All right. Well, you're a
Oh,
freak.
okay, I guess
I
that's it.
understand, and
I'm
you
so
know, that's
sorry,
me.
dude.
I
If
resonate.
only, it could have. You fucked up, dude. No, I would have gone. It would have been so fucking hot if you just been like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah. If you just opened up, if you just told her, you'd be nailing that. You'd be hitting that right now.
Yeah, to this day, you'd be getting married.
You beefed it,
You'd
dude.
be, you'd be
You-
ankle deep right
You
now at this
fuck-
very
you
moment.
fucking beefed it. This is on you, my dude.
What is there to say about a situation like that?
Can we like ban all virgins from like doing voicemails? AKA,
But,
like,
but
all
then
of our
Munchy will
audience,
never
our
hear from
entire
another
audience, yeah.
do you want to permanently ban the teen CP from ever calling in again, Munchy?
I would
That's
second
not
that.
true.
I would favor that.
Listen. Teen CP is great.
Are they fucking? Well, I mean the whole
well.
organization. I mean every last one of you.
Okay, here's the plan. We ban all virgins. We ban virgins
Yeah.
from voicemails, but
Okay.
if they want on the voicemail, they gotta fuck us, dude. We gotta meet up in real life and fuck.
Damn, that's a good plan.
That's
yeah.
the loophole.
Official, canonized. There it is. Okay. Next voicemail is this is simply called Musings from Prison. Let's see what we have here. Go.
And now, musings from prison, from the wisest man in voice jail, former CEO of I'll Die Corp. I'll die.
Oh, great.
Welcome all. A
Welcome.
few weeks ago, the video on the egg was brought up, hosted by Kurzgesagt, and it's basically just telling a story, for anyone who doesn't know, about there being one human soul that gets reincarnated through all humans. And at the end, when it remembers every human experience, it becomes a god. Now, the point of this isn't to be a comforting tale of reincarnation. It proposes some values and some questions, like equating effectively universal human knowledge to godhood. Other people might say that that level of knowledge would drive you mad. And those come from different perspectives on life, whether you should pursue as much knowledge as possible or stay within the confines of your own life. There's also the question of, would it be worth experiencing all human trauma, which far outweighs the human pleasure, in order to become a god? Your response to that says a lot about the perspective you come at life from. In any case, I find it a very interesting story, and a good reminder that when it comes down to it, all humans are ultimately just kind of the same thing, shaped by our different experiences that lead us into conflict that can really be resolved if we understood where the other person was coming from. That's all from me. Thanks for listening to Musings from Prison. Royalty-free music from bensound.com.
Gay.
I've never heard of the story The Egg, but I had the same idea in college, and I made a Facebook group about a phony religion, about a religion based on.
We talked about it. It's been 1,000 times. This was a bad voicemail.
When I was
we
12,
already know
I
this
had
has
a
been
similar
Saint story.
idea.
Okay, well, I just wanted to remind anyone who didn't know about that, but okay.
I'll die. Fuck you. Kill yourself.
I had a similar
Next
idea
voicemail.
when I was 12. I just wanna say.
Okay.
I was
Good one,
considering
Gib.
about like the reincarnation, like not necessarily that everyone becomes one at the end, but like what if like you're incarnate but you exist as your incarnation at the same time, so maybe a person you walk by the street could be you as a different incarnation. Like how freaky
That's
would
what
that
the egg
be?
is. That's
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it
but,
mentions that.
Yeah, but like he said, like in the end, everyone is actually one person. I'm just thinking about like there's several souls, but like they can exist. I don't know.
Well, that's
like,
just
Maybe
two,
it's just
that's,
Adam and
that's
Eve,
two,
you
that's
know?
two egg theory.
Okay.
Multiple
Yeah, that's a
egg
good one.
theory.
A lot of eggs.
It's
in one
a
basket.
minority scholarly opinion.
There's the egg theory, and then Mage is proposing the egg carton theory.
There's
Oh,
exactly
that's
a
good.
dozen of them.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Next one. We've got. This is from. Okay. Where did I? Oh yeah. Here we go. Another message from Not Even Clusterpunk Can Save Me Now.
Oh, that
Let's see how he's doing. Go.
I gotta make this quick. This is the one call I get. If they find out I'm in direct contact with the PCP, they'll send me straight to the firing squad for target practice. I need your help.
Absolutely.
They're charging me for everything they found in my car, which included a We're the Reason People Are Dying t-shirt they located in my damn trunk.
Uh-oh.
So now I have a pending homicide charge, and they're trying to put me away for good in PC prison. They also tested me and found out that I have AIDS that they traced back to that slut Action Giraffe, so that isn't helping my case either. It's awful here. All the inmates are PCP head Zoomers, and none of them patron the PCP,
Oh,
but
no.
they've used their Jedi mind tricks on the retarded boomer jail security to give them all the bonus episodes for free. At night, it's impossible to sleep as the Zoomers zoom around their cells in a flamboyant tribal dance chanting, "Don't mind at night, don't mind at night." In the morning, they engage in a variety of ritualistic flash mobs to honor their teen CP gods in hopes of one day ascending to a higher plane of existence. I don't know how much more of this I could take. My chakra levels are on a steep decline, and my Christ consciousness is evaporating. My power levels are so low. Sleep evades me, but when sleep does come, I'm so desperate to escape, I dream I'm rescued by Cold Corona Princess carrying me as he awkwardly bipedal gallops into the sunset, whispering sweet nothings to me, only to wake up to find I'm still imprisoned by these simple-minded boomer overlords and surrounded by Zoomer gremlins and goblins. Please send help. Forget voice jail. I need voice bail.
We should start. Okay, well,
Classic.
we should. Yeah, people in voice Grail should start a voice bail fund for the voice jail. What more can I mean, I'm certainly not going to do anything to help this individual, but maybe
let's take a look
can.
here.
Looks like this guy needs to voice jail Bape.
That's so true. Current occupants of the voice Grail. We've got Them Snakes, Riddle My Ass Batman, One Spar, John Orimo, Hell No Fresh, Lost Tape Archive, Racist Forrest Gump, and apparently Lost Tape Archive is on here twice, so let me delete that. If one of you wishes to step down and free this man from his prison, perhaps... Wait, he's not even in PCB voicemail jail.
No,
that guy's just in normal PC prison.
He's just in regular prison.
Yeah, he's in regular jail.
From the racist police
we can't reach
who
him there.
don't like the PCP.
Well, he's in PC prison, so it's technically still
We're
PCP.
enemies of the
yeah,
PCP.
but we don't manage
PCP
the PCP.
heads.
They're opposed to our existence.
Yeah, it's managed by our enemies.
Oh, yes.
Yes, probably the Pizza Party boys, if I had to guess. All right, let's go on. Okay, we've got, this is the PCPFC of the PCR of communist hell is what this is, okay?
What?
Just listen to it. Go.
Hello, this is the Comrade Mao, Party Secretary to State Councilor of Pro Crastinators Podcast Fan Club of the People's Communist Republic of Communist Hell. It's my understanding that you have been contacted by the counter-revolutionary dissident, Che Graver was a ghost, who have been spreading anti-PCPFC PCRCH propaganda throughout the communist hell.
Yeah, I remember
We
that.
of the PCPFC PCRCH want to make very clear that we're the only valid, recognized PCP fan club in the communist hell, and his insurgency will be crushed beneath our iron fist. Ex-Comrade Graver, we will find you, and you'll be spending a very wrong time in the cosmophrological Oh, hello, Comrade Starin. I just called PCP voicemail. You want to say anything? Okay, here you go.
Oh, hell yeah,
Give it here. Hello, this is General Secretary Stalin of the PCPFC PCRCH. I have composed a poem for the PCP, and I'm very excited to recite it for you.
All right.
Yet miss? Perhaps it is they do not miss. You have boyfriend. Perhaps it is he not give kiss. He will leaving you and finds that nothing is amiss. He will do like Wiz Khalifa and give Deb a kiss. Thank you.
And they say that communism doesn't create great art.
Yeah.
Something about those voices make me think of it as like a Muppet Show thing.
I'll tell you why, Hippo, because
totally,
of Team America. The guy sounded exactly like the rendition of the communist leader from North Korea in that. Exactly like it.
Ugh, I don't know why. Those are so funny. The Chairman Mao one is so fucking funny. All right.
Can we send them
What
to
else can you say?
Voice Grail?
Yeah, voice.
You know
Grail.
what? You're absolutely right there, Ben.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm just going to send... Okay, so these guys are on the same team. Now, that Che Guevara rascal, he is operating on a separate organization. Now, we respect him as well. But so this is the... Let me see if I get this right.
We of course pay respects to Che Guevara. Of course.
Of course.
The PCPCRHK? What the fuck?
It's the PCPFC PCRCH.
There it is. Yep, that's what I said.
I'm adding that to the voice Grail. So that's our boys Chairman Mao and the other guy, Stalin. Okay, great, fantastic, good work, everyone. Let me just clear the formatting so I can read. Okay, there we go. All right, we got another one here. This is from. Let me see. Cam Smithical. Cam Smithical.
Cam.
I think I remember that name from somewhere.
I know that name.
He helped on the Minecraft server. He helped people.
Yes, that's right.
Back in those days, Boufalantopia. Okay, well, let's,
the
let's check in
bygone
with
era,
Cam.
Boufalantopia.
The bygone era.
We
see
shall
what Cam has
rebuild.
for us. Go.
Hey guys, it's Cam Smithical, the Katakuri Whalelord Minecraft guy. It's been a pretty good month so far. I played Minecraft with a few,
Nice.
got added to Mage's Discord, and the thing that got me into the PCP 3 years ago, Steven Universe, came to a head with its movie. I genuinely enjoyed the movie, and Miss Squish and Stretch herself, Spinell, reminds me a lot of myself. Pink hair, wants you guys to have fun at Buffalontopia, waiting for you to come back to play with me again. Speaking of which, when's the next stream, guys? It's been about 6 days. That's like 6,000 years. Is it me? Did I do something wrong?
In Minecraft time.
I'm here, waiting.
Here in the garden.
Oh, no.
Let's play a game.
Oh, Cam,
I'll show
buddy.
you
Don't do it.
This is definitely a
Here in
Stand
Buffalontopia.
very still. This'll be
Oh.
That's
Cam,
it?
buddy.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well,
that's it. That's the
That's
end.
the end. Is this the end of Cam Smithical? Voice jail.
Will we ever go back? No, I can't do
Toss
it.
him in the
I
fucking
can't do
gulag.
it. I'm gonna put him in voice Grail. He's a good man. He didn't do anything wrong. He put music to it. He worked hard on that voicemail.
I won't cotton to this emotional terrorism.
Let's give him one more chance. Just like Spinell, he's just been horribly abused by his evil creators who left him alone with no love and no hope for the future.
It was
doing,
epic.
He's still doing 360s on his Waylord, waiting for us.
Oh, Cam, buddy. Cam, you gotta come with that sick Katakuri skin to the new server whenever we get it going on. I don't know if any of us are like. Actually, I'm not even gonna entertain the idea of letting people in for free. Let's not even go there.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta say, okay, biggest mistake, and I won't do this again in the Minecraft server, was evolving my Vibrava, because the way Vibrava flies is so funny. Because when you because when you have a Flygon, you just sit on the Flygon's back. But the Vibrava he just uses its little a dragonfly arms and just holds you by the head underneath it and just like flies you around, and it's way cooler.
That is way cooler.
Yeah.
That's good. Man,
this is my goals.
Just playing that song made me a little bit uncomfortably emotional during this little Cam.
That was his plan all along. He's just trying to fuck with you. He's trying to get to you. Don't let him.
Emotion.
Yeah.
And he's literally dressed as Katakuri, like the most character from One Piece I love beyond all others. This guy's really trying to get. And riding Whalelord, the most emotional Pokemon of all
I
Pokemon.
cry every time I think about Whalelord.
It's so big. I want one.
Perfect.
I really want one.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well
we
done.
got one last voicemail. And this is coming out from the dirt. It's Mozilla Fennekin. He's managed to smuggle out one more tape from the voice jail. All right. Well, this is the last one for the day.
How many cigarettes did he have to trade to a guard to get him to bring this tape to us?
Oh boy! All right, let's. How many bottles of Jankum did he have to produce and trade in order to include exchange? All right, let's roll it out. Mozilla, go.
Here goes the Japanese colloquialism.
Jail.
Jail.
Jail. Double jail.
Who the fuck is calling me? It's 6:53 in the morning! What? Okay. I got a call asking to break out the Teen CP. At least take me to dinner first.
that answering the voicemail. What? Oh God. The power in that performance.
No, guys, what he's trying to do is he's trying to like endear himself to us so we can get him out of voice jail. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get us to make him in voice grail instead. We can't run this trap.
Who let him have a phone? Who let him have a phone down there?
Again, Jankum comes at a high price. He could trade that,
he
continuously.
must be fucking prolific, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, he's producing like gangbusters. Well, so is that no? He's still in voice jail. I mean, one joke's pretty good, but
no.
All right,
one chuckle-worthy voicemail is not enough.
All right, you got to keep
He's
working at it.
deep in voice
buddy.
debt.
That's definitely true. Maybe one day you'll join them
Voice
in the
jail
Grail.
is exactly like you guys seen Ultimate Survivor Kaiji? Remember
Yeah,
jail
of course.
when he's in fucking is in slave jail and he's got to fucking
Yep,
buy his way out? It's literally like that.
So fucked up.
Yeah.
You know that's a great metaphor. That's exactly what it's like. Go watch Kaiji if you haven't
Kaiji's
seen
so
it, people.
fucking
You'll have an
good.
idea.
Kaiji's
I know it's unbelievably good. It's like one of the greatest anime I've
good.
seen in 10 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyway, that's it. Keep trying, everybody. We are seeing some higher quality voicemails. I'm noticing. Don't think I'm not noticing. I'm noticing, people. Keep them coming. I love it. That's the best part of the show for me. I love to hear the creativity, the Mozilla, the remix stuff you're doing. Chairman Mao, I really appreciate you calling in.
That was a pretty good batch, I gotta say.
It was a good batch. It was a good one. So keep them coming. SpeakPipe, link down below, people. Love them. Love them.
Yeah. All right.
Other than that,
We out?
patreon.com/the Pro Crastinators. People, give us money, support the show. $1 Discord, $5 bonus episode, some possibly attached, possibly separate nebulous amount of money. Minecraft one of these days. We'll keep you updated.
Support the Vapors 2 Kickstarter. Get that dollar.
Support the Vapors 2
Get
Kickstarter.
that
Still
pin.
going for a while.
Get those pins.
When am I getting my script, Ben? When am I getting my
I'm
script?
so
when am I
pleased
getting
to-
my
I'm
script?
putting it off.
No,
I'm
no.
doing this fucking Phantom Horn comic specifically to procrastinate and put off finishing those fucking guest scripts.
You could, if you
That's
gave
the
us the
secret.
script. If you gave us the script, we could be working while you're working on that.
I know.
Sucks. What else is going on? Oh, follow us at TP Crastinators on Twitter for all the things going on with that. And that's about it. Don't forget to give us money.
If you like the Drawcast, click on the link in the description to go to the quick draw. We just released another episode like a week ago.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, everybody. It's not dead. It's
Excellent.
alive and over there.
Excellent.
And when you get permanently emotionally attached to the Quick Draw Saloon, come and check out the physical Quick Draw Saloon in the Minecraft server that Mage made painstakingly. There you
Sick.
go. We get you coming and
Pretty
going,
fucking
everybody.
cool.
All right. We'll see you
there are
next week,
tiny
everybody.
Rooms, public rooms in the saloon that you can.
It's true.
Yeah.
And you can heal your
You can-
Pokemon
that
there.
you
It's a
can
great
ear-
time.
Bye.
Exactly. Bye, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.